day for a race today. Leave it all out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. I got a good feeling about today, guys. Do something pretty special today. Green, green, green.
Holy cow! We had to put one to end the race. Oh, we got a giant pack back here. Holy cow!
Here we come. Go, 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 go. Got to be kidding me.
Didn't even make it a lap.
Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Wow, that was dumb.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night coverage of the Crown Jewel Majors Garage Cup Series here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 350. Tonight it's going to be your boys once again up in the booth, Nathaniel Campbell and Bill Martin, and we're going to be here for a long 350-mile race here, and it's going to be fun. If we get what we saw last night in the Dash Series race, it's going to be a very fun and long green flag run coated race. Bill, how you feeling tonight?
I'm excited. What I want to see is how the green flag pit stops are going to pan the field out this year. Last night we saw a great race, cautions at the beginning of the race, and then it just kind of mellowed out. Cream of the crop came to the top, and then the pit stops came. We talked about how the pit stops can make or break your race here. It's a tough pit entry, and you screw up, and you can lose so much time on that pit road entrance.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge thing at this track with speeds of upwards of 180 in the corners. We got guys. Well, I mean, it won't be that way the entire time, obviously, as tires fall off. But at the start of these runs, these guys are going to be going 180 into these corners for sure, and just a lot of speed here, and definitely a time on a pit road that you can lose for sure. But these guys will have 6 total sets to change, 7 in total, I should say, with the other ones that they start on. So 6 in the pits. But real quick, before we go over anything else, let's go ahead and look at the weather report real quick heading into tonight. You see partly cloudy skies out there with 68 to 70 being the high. Only 1 to 2 mile an hour winds coming from the southeast tonight. Last night we saw about 10 to 12. So it's going to be a huge difference with that. Obviously the partly cloudy sky is going to help out with conditions and driving out on track. I believe it said upwards of 43% of cloud cover out there tonight. So that will be very interesting for sure.
Well, a lot of these guys were scrambling because the different models that we use and for the scheduling and everything, their cars were set up for a different type of track as far as temperature-wise go. A little bit cooler than what they were expecting. So a lot of guys scrambling in this practice before qualifying to kind of make those adjustments for the track, which is going to be a little more slick tonight. So a lot of guys are concerned about that, and hopefully they can get it wound up, and we're going to have a good race with a lot less cautions than last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. We didn't really have that many cautions last night, honestly. I think it only got to about 7, so not a terrible race last night. If we get something like that, it's going to be a fun show to watch for sure. But let's go ahead, and I know everybody's been waiting all week for this. Let's go ahead and give it over to Crank It Up from Phoenix after a very long Phoenix race last week. And let's see what the drivers were saying. Hello everybody, welcome to Phoenix Raceway for the Shriners Children 250 here tonight.
Hopefully we'll have less yellow flags and more green flags. It's going to be fun.
Here we go, green flag is out, and we're racing here in Phoenix. Caution is going to come out for the first time here tonight.
Sorry, man. My bad. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Return of the King.
One car spinning in the back there. I don't know who that was. No caution yet. He's only one car on the apron. That's going to be a huge hit to that 14 car. I think he had the same problem, but the 22 was just there. So these guys got to be very, very careful.
That was a close one.
Going through the dogleg, the 22 gets loose as well. Oh, and Stephen Carlisle might be out of this race.
Big wreck.
Ouch.
Gotta be careful here. Oh, one car around behind them. Garth Griswold there around in the wall.
Every race.
Dude, I'm already on the brakes. If I change my line, I'm locking up anyways. I don't know why you're trying to do that on the brakes.
Like, I'm braking in the braking zone. I don't know what you want me to do. Keeping my line, you just run right into my left rear, and you just turn me.
First off, if you kept your line, I would have gone up your inside. So I don't want to hear that. You turned hard left. There's a car coming up your inside. Don't turn.
Yeah, I'm going to protect the inside lane. Duh.
You're already braking, so there's no point of doing that.
So caution flies for stage 1. Boyd Hoggan gonna come home with the stage victory in his debut here for that number 20 at Factory Motorsports. Dallas Pataska 2nd, Jacob Quill 3rd, Cody Porter 4th, Stephen Menke 5th.
There's some cheaters on pit road.
Oh, my pedal got stuck. This is the first time I've heard Valano's voice all year. I always thought it was a doppelganger or something. Working for him.
That's what I'm saying, the man Steve. It doesn't sound like you know what doppelganger means.
Yeah, I do, because then a doppelganger don't have all the functions of a regular Thomas Solano. It'd be like,
What the f*** are you talking about?
Looks like Joe Wright just gonna come down on him just enough. Deitch lightly taps him around the rear end and goes around. I don't know if he got hit again.
Hey, if you're gonna keep crashing, can you not do it around me? That's like the 5th incident I've been in the last 2 days. Maybe more.
Damn it, Cody. Where's the yellow for that?
Cody Leach getting a little aggressive now. More contact between the 23 and the 29.
Cody, what the f***?
15th all the way back to 20th. Oh, big contact between the 97 and the 18. That's also Hayden Higginbotham involved. Vince Mitchell and John Connor.
Me and Phoenix just never go well together.
Caution is going to come out again. These guys just can't get into rhythm.
I didn't touch him, for the record. He slid up and hit the guy himself before anyone blames that on me.
Beach definitely just overdrove the corner there. I watched it. It was right behind now.
I'll remember his number.
There's 3 cones on the side. There's 3 sets of cones on the side. Anywhere is there. That's where you're supposed to brake. So anyone braking in that zone is braking in the right spot.
No, Joe, I know you're all hopped up on donuts, but you're supposed to be behind me. Joe, chill. Take an edible or something. It's legal here.
Don't worry, I'll chill off of everybody's bumpers. Don't trip. Don't trip. I'm calm as I don't know why y'all keep trying to tell me to calm down when y'all really should be shutting the up and enjoying the show.
Corey Mott also going to try to take the same run. Gives a little bit of a bump to that 17 as well. Now Wolf going to be clear.
I locked it. Sorry.
Hold your breath. There's one car way sideways.
Thanks, Mason. I appreciate it.
We round out stage 2. Hoggan, Wolf, Mott, our top 3. Minky, Hamilton, Phillips, top 6. That's the unlucky 13 right there.
Wolf is kind of wondering what he can do to catch Hoggan. Hoggan is just ripping some laps.
Yeah, around goes Minky there in the back. You see him in the outside wall.
I think he'll be okay. He doesn't seem to have much damage.
Mankey? You okay?
I wasn't expecting you to park the car in the middle of 1 and 2.
I've been braking at the same point the entire race. You've been following me fine. That's like the 3rd time I've watched you overshoot that corner.
Contact in the back. That's Minky going around in the back. That's also Pete Morales.
Ain't that unfortunate for the 95 team.
Back switch.
Holy Why are we this far in the 2 seasons and people are still not holding their brakes after they touch a wall?
Oh my goodness.
Oh!
That's going to be a night ender for Keith Hume. He didn't even see him before he reappeared.
I just saw God.
We need EMS and a helicopter to the dog leg. He's dead.
Somebody get a tarp for him and a f***ing new pair of pants and probably something to restart my heart. Holy dude, he just flipped over my f***ing car. Corey, he flipped through me.
3 wide, Xander Shorts. And oh no, coming into contact with Leach.
Those two have been going at it all race.
God bless Xander.
Thanks, Xander.
Faster than both of you, and you're sitting there wall banging each other every lap. I'm not just gonna sit there and wait. It's not my fault you came down on him.
Side by side.
Oh no, he definitely drifted way up.
I mean, I gave you a lane and you just came up.
Just another incident for that 37 car. It's falling apart right now for him at Phoenix.
The wheel was all the way left. I don't know what else. I'm parking it.
There's a car underneath you. Didn't think you were going to shove your nose there. Gave you more than enough room. Yeah, just drive me at the track. That worked.
Hoggan pinches Pataska. Pataska pushes that 20 up just a little bit more. It's getting feisty. 6 to go and caution is out.
Oh, man. What now?
They're 5 wide on the front stretch, dooring each other and spinning out. For like 20th place.
I don't know if Hogan's going to have anything for him through 3 and 4. He's going to have to send one. And he's not going to get there. Washes up the track. Dallas Pataska, 3 in a row. Gets it done here in Phoenix.
Good win, Dallas. A good fight there.
Good race. I survived.
We'll see you guys next week in Las Vegas. It's been your boys up in the booth, Nathaniel Campbell, Bill Martin, and we're going to be signing off for the night here on the Crown Jewel Racing Network. And now we are here in Las Vegas. And what a radioactive that was. A lot of guys really mad at each other last week after that race.
I have never heard Joe Wright so animated. That was funny.
But yeah, drivers right now are currently qualifying around the track. And while they do that, we also do have another session of lap around the track, this time from Stuart Harding Walker, who currently finds himself 4th in points. Let's go ahead and do that real quick as well, while these guys are qualifying, and then we'll get fully into our pre-race, or I guess not really pre-race, but starting lineup, and then the race. See what Stuart has to say.
Hey guys, it's everyone's favorite radioactive driver, Stuart Harding, driving the number 29 Ford Mustang. Let's take a lap around Las Vegas in the CGR test car. So coming around on the apron here, you know, we're at beautiful Las Vegas, nice and sunny out. It's one of the better 1.5-mile tracks in my opinion. You know, a lot of high banking, makes for some great racing. You know, a lot of different lines you can run around this place, get some momentum on the top or maybe wrap that bottom. Now what we're going to see here is, especially near the start of the runs, when those tires are fresh, you're going to see guys down here near the bottom, especially warm-up lap. Coming to start our first lap here, you're going to see them running nice and low down on that front straightaway, try and get close to that white line. Dipping not too close to the bottom, more near the middle. Going to fade up near the end of this, really get up close to that wall. You want to try and maximize that, get your run down the back, because, messing up that exit could really slow you down these straightaways with how long they are. Running down there, you never quite get to the bottom unless you're really pushing here in Vegas. It gets real bumpy down there, especially in 1 and 2. There's that big bump that could really set your car up and really cause you to crash. That's what ended up happening to me last season, flying up into the wall. Number 2 here, riding along, same thing, that kind of middle line. A lot of different lanes to choose from. This is where we're running today. Fade back up to that wall. Not quite high enough, maybe get a little higher next time. Get off that throttle, not all the way, just kind of letting the car breathe, get it more settled down to the bottom, nice and tight, close to that white line before fading up, and then we're going to cut that apron a little bit here, shorten our run time, get there, and that is a lap around Las Vegas Speedway. Thanks for joining me, guys.
And back here at the track, we do see.
Right now, you can get Disney Plus and Hulu for just $2.99 a month.
Bill's got some.
Oh, hang on, computer issue here. Hang on.
Bill's having a little technical problems, but we'll move on. I will say, sorry, any apologies if there is a little bit of just stream lag or anything going on with the session tonight. There is a lot of high winds getting pushed through the North Texas region and lower Oklahoma region right now, so it is affecting some internet quality. But we'll roll on tonight. We got 350 miles here at Las Vegas. Last year's winner is a driver no longer here in the series. Christopher Burnham came home with the win last year at Las Vegas. But last week we saw Dallas Pataska take home 3 in a row. And he's looking to go for 4 here in Vegas. And look at the pole position. He is sitting there. Let's go ahead and go through tonight's grid real quick and see where everybody's stacking up here. So we see Dallas Pataska obviously on the pole in that Majors Garage, number 17, with Tyler Justice, an open car to his outside in that number 7. Boyd Hoggan and Pete Morales will start in row 2. Morales with a really good start here tonight. Looking to possibly get some points here. Jacob Quill, another open car in 5th. Sorry, go ahead, Bill.
I've seen a huge improvement in Peter Morales the last couple of months. Huge improvement by him.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And that qualifying pace, it looks like it's there right now, so we'll see if he can keep it up in race pace. But as we say, moving on to that next row, Jacob Quill, as I already said there, is another open car actually in 5th, with Stuart Harding Walker to his outside in 6th, looking to continue his good start to this season. One more open car there, Nathan Fuller starting 7th with Michelle Condor to his outside. So we're seeing a lot of these open cars be up front right now, and it's kind of been that way for this week at least, specifically at Las Vegas. A lot of the open cars have found speed here at Vegas, and I think that's why they've all entered this race, honestly.
Yeah.
But just behind them, a couple of factory motorsports entries of Xander Short, Nick Vasquez, followed by Stephen Carlisle, and then the team owner of Factory Motorsports, Stephen Mankey. A couple of Stevens on that row behind them. Looks like Corey Mott and Joe Wright will consist in row 7 there, followed by Caleb Tipton and Vince Mitchell. Zach Johnson, Tyler Bellinger, 17th and 18th, and then rounding out the top 10 tonight, Nick Baston and Tommy Carroll Jr. making a return after missing last week. Looks like Aaron Schugel, 21st, Alan Phillips, 22nd. Got Caden Perkins filling in the 16 here today, and Keith Hume in the 04 this week, in 24th, filling in for Cody Porter. We're going a little crazy on the thing. Give it a second. There we go. Cody Leach and Garth Griswold, 25th, 26th, Thomas Villano, and Noah Spalding in 27th and 28th. And then row 15, you see Jim Mott, Adam Smith. A couple more guys throughout the rest of the field. We do have a full field tonight, by the way, 40 cars. So we'll go through these final 10 here. You see Ray Gill, Jonathan Lager, 31st and 32nd. Nim Silva and Thomas Wolf. in 33rd and 34th. Wolf with not a good qualifying there. I don't know if it looks like he didn't set a lap, so I don't know if he tagged the wall or if he spun out or anything. But starting 34th, that's definitely not where you want to be, especially being a points contender for the championship this season. John Connor, Noah Hamilton just behind them. Some more guys that are also having pretty decent seasons. And starting in the back tonight, another guy, Cameron Albertson. Also, we got, looks like Logan Geisbrecht, Hayden Higginbotham, and Ben Lawson rounding out the field tonight.
Well, going back up to Thomas Wolf, I know I talked to him last night, asked him how he felt, and he felt pretty good going into this race. Not sure what happened to him in qualifying, but, you know, this is one of those tracks that we've seen a lot of cautions right off the bat. And I think that we're going to have that again tonight. Probably a couple of them right off. You know, the first 25 laps, we'll probably get a couple of cautions. And then we're going to go green for a while. And during those cautions, you're going to see guys move up, move back. You know how it goes. And Thomas Wolf will be up fighting for the lead in this thing by midway. And we got, you know, another couple of guys we've seen really fast is my boy Cody Leach, and I was impressed with him during practice. A little smoother this week. Glad I see what I like what I see out of him this week, and I'm still waiting for him to give me that first win so I can go crazy up here in the booth. It's coming.
Pace car dives down pit road. And it's time to go racing in Vegas. Who gets lucky here? Green flag is out, and we're rolling for the Pennzoil 350. Dallas Pataska side by side with Tyler Justice as they roll into 1 and 2.
See all those cars hugging that bottom line. One car hung out to dry there, but now all of a sudden you see the 17 car, Pataska, jump up to protect that outside lane.
He does, and that's going to allow Boyd Hoggan to slip into the inside there and look for the lead side by side off of turn 4. Now 3 wide for the lead off of turn 4.
These guys are really battling hard right off the bat here. So far we've been clean, which is not what we saw last night. These guys, it's kind of settle in time maybe. I don't know if they're just going to wait to the end of the stage here. We got 70 laps anyways, so different strategies are going to be playing out tonight.
Very
it's going to be
long stage 1.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see who makes it work for that last long stage of the race. That's going to be the most important part of this race, is that real long last stage.
And we got a lot of spreading out going on from the front 7, I would say, and then everybody else kind of has fallen off of that front 7's pace. See a bunch of cars all bunched up here just behind Stuart Harding Walker in that 29.
You see Quill chasing after Pataska about just over a half a second. Is starting to gap right now. Maybe starting to pull away a little bit like we saw last night as well. But if you look back there, that big group of cars right there in the middle of your screen, that's not good. That's not what you want to see this early. 3 and 4 cars wide. That just spells out trouble going into the corners.
Yeah, it's a lot of dirty air, especially at these mile-and-a-half tracks that you see, especially with these Cup cars. They tend to not like the dirty air a lot more than certain other NASCARs that we drive around these tracks. And on board here with Aaron Schugel in the 57, filling in for Kalhoff Dietz Racing. They're part-time, or full-time, I should say, entry, but they're going for Owner's Championship in this car.
And as you can see, you don't have much of a view out of the front of this thing. You don't have any time to react. And, of course, Aaron, or Aaron as I like to call him, he's hanging in there and he's doing very well. He's not going down to Oshag Hennessy's office just yet.
Everybody's got to love that Key and Peele skit. But, yeah, on board with him, you see him kind of using the line that is preferred here in 1 and 2 at Las Vegas, going just a little bit kind of in the middle. You heard Stuart talk about it in the lap around the track segment, and it's definitely a lot better than that bottom in 1 and 2. You'll see 3 and 4 drivers try to get down to the bottom in 3 and 4 just to save a little bit more tire, but when you're in racing mode, it's really just look for fresh air and keep the car under you, not slide them.
Yep. and I'm liking what I see out of these rookies this year. We got 2 out front, and then fighting in a big battle right now for 10th spot is the other rookie in Morales. I mean, this kid's showing a lot of people something this year. Every race he's been towards the front. He's been very fast, and as well, we see some contact there between Vasquez and the 57.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of these guys also not a little afraid to do. We saw last week a lot of contact in Phoenix for sure, but the weeks before that as well, just incidents that could have been really avoided if guys just weren't, driving into each other. But we'll see if that happens more tonight. So far, so clean in 8 laps here at Vegas. But these guys still very bunched up. Look at this, almost 4 wide down the back straightaway.
Yeah, going off into that corner, you're carrying so much speed. Don't know how they held on to it. You see one car going way up high. You don't want to go too high up because that's where all the marbles end up. And you come off that corner and you come so close to that outside line that you probably get a yellow stripe down the side of your car.
And with the updates of this track, the updates of this track made the wall yellow. It used to be white with little markers all around the track for these guys to use. Now there's nothing. So it's changed a lot. I don't know if the track really drives any different. It feels pretty similar to how it drove before. But yeah, I think the new visual update of this track looks very nice. Only thing that throws me off just a little bit is there's no big logo in the middle of the grass on the front straightaway. Just gotta imagine that it's there though.
Yeah, I wish they'd go back to the old Las Vegas. I like the old track better than this one, but you know what? I'm not on the track right now. I'm up in the booth, so...
Oh, we got a car around on the back straightaway. That's Stuart Harding Walker.
29.
Cameron Albertson barely avoids that after a sliding 29. We're gonna have to see what happened there. I'm getting a bunch more reports of cars crashing here, so we'll see what brought out this caution.
Stewart doesn't look like he has that much damage. A lot of damage there, excuse me.
He's up front of this second pack that started to break away. Ooh, contact with Corey Mott. Cody Leach got a bit of damage in there as well. Yeah, Corey Mott just gives him a little too big of a bump out of the corner. I don't know if Stewart maybe cleared himself. Have to look on board here for Corey.
Oh, I think Corey wasn't expecting him to move up, and
yeah, I don't know if Stewart was also fully clear.
That was.
It's very interesting there.
Yeah, I think that's just maybe not quite clear yet, but Mott had a run on that outside lane too. He was hauling the mail.
Yeah, I would say maybe that's one of these incidents that you gotta lift just a little bit for and let him get up there, even if you do. Gotta give up that position.
Well, it's still early in the race. They have plenty of time. I don't think we're going to see anybody take tires.
I don't think so just yet. I think a lot of these guys are taking fuel here. We know that fuel tanks, or at least I know that fuel tanks should be somewhere around the, I believe the 55 to 58 lap range in this. So I believe if we do enough saving here and we get maybe one more caution, these guys that are pinning right now should be able to make it to the end of stage 1. I don't know if they're going to like the tires on the car by the end of the stage, though.
We saw that last night. We saw a couple of guys going real long, and saving fuel, big time. They were shutting the car off during the race as they were going into the corners. So fuel will make a difference in this race tonight.
And congratulations to all the people that chose that there was going to be a stage 1 caution. They are going to be winners.
Corey Mott will be sending you a $100 gift certificate. Oops.
I don't know if it's that much.
No, I'm kidding. That is not true. If you believe that, then this race is sponsored by Carol Baskin. That 20 car has been strong the last couple of weeks. I don't know what his problem is, but he doesn't like to let anybody else lead, it seems. So he's won just about everything this month, and man, he is so fast.
Yeah, the only thing he's yet to do so far this season is get a cup win, and he's on a weekend where he could sweep all three of the top three divisions here at Vegas. He won the truck race on Monday, won last night in the Dash Series, and looking to lock himself into the playoffs here in his second race in the Cup Series as a full-time driver. Obviously, he's done the full schedule so far this season, but only these last two races counting for him in points since he was not full-time in the Cup Series up to that point. Big news for him, though. He did move up all the way to 24th in points after last week, so that was a huge day for him last week.
Yeah.
Pace car dives down, though, and we're getting ready to go green once again here in Stage 1. Tasca on the gas pedal, and we're going.
Man, those guys, a couple of cars in the back spun their tires. I don't know if anybody caught that. This is one of those tracks where you get some tire spin, especially with the track conditions, and that kind of bottlenecks everybody in the back, and you kind of get trouble at the beginning of a race. But luckily, everybody made it through, and they are hauling the mail down the back straightaways.
Yeah, we see 3 wide there. Garth Griswold on the bottom, Vince Mitchell there on the inside. There's another car in the back that kind of backed out of it as they entered 3 and 4.
And look who moved up into the third spot. That number 2 car is short.
Xander looking to have a good night here tonight as well. Next time we get a caution, we'll go ahead and look at the point standings since we have not looked at that yet. But yeah, Dallas Pataska still up top there as well. Nothing has changed up front for him. And still leading this race right now, but he's got the 2 and the 20 starting to hound him down. These 2 factory cars looking to pass this 17 and put it into this streak.
We've seen a lot of guys just have horrible luck this year, and the positions that they are in the points just aren't indicative of how well they've driven. They've always gotten caught up in somebody else's race, and they're starting to move up right now. If you kind of look mid-pack, you're going to see guys really getting close together, coming off of the corners. I don't know if I want to be that close, 2 and 3 wide at this point during the race. It's so early to be racing that hard. You see one car there go way down below the white line. A lot of aggressive driving early in this race.
And that is legal to do around here in Las Vegas. No double yellow line rule as it's not a super speedway. It looks like Aaron Schugel is off pace. He's going to be getting out of the way for the leaders, but problems there for the 57. But yeah, as you were saying there, drivers that not really having good luck throughout the season. I would say somebody that has had interesting luck up and down has been Stephen Carlisle, who we were just kind of looking at there. That's why I kind of focused in on him while you were talking about that. But I did want to bring him up. He dropped about 6 spots last week or actually 7 spots after last week's result in Phoenix got taken out early in Stage 1. And it put him all the way down into, I believe it's 15th in points right now, which is not very good for that 81 car.
No, but Hume is another guy that I think of who has just been snake bitten every single race. He's starting to move up a little bit right now, and he's been fast everywhere we've been, and again, just always caught up in somebody else's mess. It's been tough luck.
And as we're saying all of that, we see new leader Boyd Hoggan in the number 20. He's getting chased down now by Jacob Quill. Are these guys burning their tires a little too much? They're already up high. This is 19 laps into a run. I don't know if we're going to be eating tires here.
Well, last night, Hoggan ran long stretches on the same set of tires. I think he had 50-something laps on a set of tires that he finished with. Well, he was about to finish with, and then he came in and got a new set like last second. There was that late caution, and he went on to win, but he was able to save his tires, and he did a great job. So maybe he's kind of doing that already tonight, maybe getting a little bit of a lead before he kind of backs off and starts saving. But either way, he's going to have to pick up the pace either now or later. These cars behind him are just going too fast. Here it is. Look at these guys, 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide for a majority of the whole front straightaway and 1 and 2. Great battle between Justice, Short, and Pataska there. The 17, the 2, and the 7. Here comes Stephen Mankey now, as he's trying to peek his nose there. And also another factory motorsports machine, Nick Vasquez there. All 4 of them up front right now.
Yeah, Vasquez just kind of went up and kind of kissed the wall right there, and luckily he's able to keep going. But Nick's been fast everywhere as well, been snake bit. Surprised he hasn't had a win yet this year.
See battles going on just a little bit further behind. Looking at Caleb Tipton, Thomas Villano, all in the picture. You see Joe Wright there, Alan Phillips as well. Pete Morales, a couple of the Zandervolt cars leading this up front. Here comes Caden Perkins in the 16, making it 4 wide down the front straightaway. 3 wide as they enter 1 and 2. Back to 4 wide just for a split second. Close battle. They all keep it off each other. That's what you like to see.
It's fun to watch. It really is, but it makes you a little nervous. Especially there's so many cars in that area. If those 3 guys collect each other, you're going to take out like 6 or 7 different cars.
Oh yeah, that's the... I think that's the thing about racing everybody thinks about and just forgets that it could happen whenever they're racing, even though they do think about it. It's like, hey, maybe I shouldn't take out everybody else with me.
Yeah.
But it'll end up happening. Big move there by Villano down to the apron, basically. Looking for that bottom line.
Last night we also saw 3 different accidents where the cars flipped. So I can't remember the last time we had a race where 3 cars flipped. So maybe 1 here and there, maybe 2, but not 3. So thank God it was iRacing because there was some very hard hits last night.
I think that has a little bit of a factor of it being a fast speed track and us being back to a track that can carry speed like this. Obviously the last few weeks being Phoenix and Coda. A lot lower speeds into the corners there. You see Dallas Pataska falling back. He's all the way back to 8th now, that last car in that first pack.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe he burnt up his tires too early or maybe he's just saving a little bit. Who knows? But something is off with that 17 car because he is way off his pace that he was running earlier.
I did see him running that high line early on in the run, and that could be the factor here. Running that high line early in the run will eat those tires, and it just won't let you go anywhere. But he could be saving tires, like you said. That was a strategy I definitely was using last night. Once I caught up to guys in the draft, just peek a little fresh air on my nose entering the corner, and then don't really push it, save the tires. It worked out pretty well.
If you think about it, he's only back in 8th right now. Even if he goes back to 10th and he saves his tires, it's only 30 laps in. We still have over 40 laps to go. So if he's saving now, he's going to be in good shape at the end of this thing, especially if he stays out. One thing I'm enjoying seeing is that now we finally have the Hondas with the full body kit on it. I don't know if you noticed that. They have the headlights and the taillights this week. So good to see Nishil and I can't remember who else is in the Honda there.
I believe just behind Nishil, that is Nick Baston.
Yep, Nick Baston, yep. These guys still going 3 wide towards the back there. Man, almost 4 wide. You see that car in the back kind of get a little squirrely. Makes you nervous when they do that.
Of this. Ooh, a little bit of contact there between Villano and Tipton. Then a little bit of contact between Connor and Villano. Villano's kind of stuck in the middle there, clears himself down to the bottom. He'll try to keep running. This is all the way back in 19th, so you know these guys are just fighting everywhere. Oh, big moment in the back there. That's Corey Mott and Aaron Schugel in the 57. Almost 2-car incident there out of turn 4. Able to collect it back out front, though. Almost a 3-car battle out front.
Wow, there are some cars getting squirrely towards the back of the pack here, and
these cars looking like they're not driving very well up front. There was a little bit of contact there between the 7 and the 77.
Yeah, I'm watching that on the replay, and it looks like both of those cars, the tires are starting to wear off. So this has been a pretty good green flag run now, and the guys with experience are going to start to rise to the top of the pack here with the loose conditions of the cars. They're going to be able to handle it a little bit better.
Biggest mover of the race at the moment right now is Thomas Wolfe in that number 94 Patriot Motorsports entry. Just behind Alan Phillips right now, looking pretty good. You see the leaders, I think, are entering 1 and 2 right there, if I am not mistaken. But yeah, you see Pataska's there in his windshield. He's dropping big time. I think it was the him using the high line there.
That probably burnt off. Even if you go inside the car, you can tell to see how bad his hands are going back and forth.
See him way up the track there in front of Carlisle.
Wolf slowly working his way forward.
Inside of Carlisle, Caden Perkins in the number 16. See how close that is off the corner. Just how close these guys run each other. Pataska does hold on for the moment. Carlisle is starting to look up high to maybe make this pass. And have a lot of
when he's
momentum
gonna.
here.
Oh, we got a caution. Second caution of the night.
And not 100% sure if it's going to be this car, but Aaron Schugel is in the pits. We will rewind here. It looks like it possibly is. He's got a lot of damage on that right front.
Oh.
We just saw him have a moment in front of Corey Mott. It looks like big sliding everywhere.
It actually was. He was an innocent victim. It happened just in front of him.
Yeah, that was
red car.
That was an interesting incident there. I don't even know fully what really was going on there. Looks like Ray Gill, I think, was getting loose, and ended up causing a checkup.
That Sunny D car, maybe? No, actually, no. It's in front of that.
See, Ray Gill does get high. It's the 45 of Zach Johnson just a tiny bit. That checks up everybody. Thomas Filano, whoa. And then, yeah, Schugel, just unfortunate ride there into the outside wall big time. That might be the end of his night. Zach Johnson took a wild ride through the grass. Should be able to hold on to that car, it looks like. He does. So I think only that 57 really fully collected in that incident.
Yeah, man. That's a tough break for some of those, because that was a hard hit, too. And we saw a lot of that last night. Very hard hits.
See the field on pit road. Caden Perkins going to be winning the race off pit road. Boyd Hoggan, followed by Justice Quill. We got a few other guys just behind him. Halfway through stage 1, it looks like these guys electing for some tires here. Maybe just a little bit of information if guys want to go a little off strategy on tires. Maybe save a set for later.
Well, we saw that last night. Some guys had one set for the end of the race, and it made it fun towards, that restart towards the very end of the race last night. A lot of guys had fresh tires, and it was fun to watch them come forward. So it was a great race last night. But another guy I want to mention is Justice. He ran very well here last night, and there he is up there in the 3rd position right now. So he seems to be getting around this Las Vegas track pretty easily. He's been strong the last 2 nights. Wolf has moved up now. He must have stayed out. He's up to 14th right now. Tipton back up to 17th.
Choose cone as everybody gets their positions set. See, Quill is going to go all the way to the outside. Hoggan and Justice decide to follow Perkins on the inside. And then you got Mankey, Vasquez, and Short on the outside of him. So the 4 factory cars all right there together. They are looking pretty strong here in Vegas.
Oh, man.
And they're in front of Dallas Pataska now. We know he doesn't have that long run pace that looks like it might be needed tonight. So can they get something done? You know Hoggan has the long run pace, so he's definitely going to be a threat for that tonight. But clean air also a huge factor, so now he's going to be in a little bit of dirty air. How much is that going to affect that 20 car?
Yep. And now we have a bunch of cars that stayed out, and behind them is a bunch of cars with fresh tires. So it'll be fun to watch what the difference is, what the closing time is, and how fast those guys can come through the field. And if they do come through the field fast, how much are they burning off of those tires?
On my information board, it says Perkins has come down pit road twice, so I wonder if he took tires maybe in that first caution or something, knowing that a second one would come out. Gets on the gas pedal here, and we're green once again here in stage 1. Decent restart for that 16. He's got a big push by the 20 right now.
Yeah, the 20 gave him a nice little push off there, got him into the corner, and now Perkins is going to have to struggle because he's going to have a hard time keeping these guys behind him because they are already starting to fan out 3 and 4 wide.
Yeah, already 3-4 wide. Into 3 and 4.
Oh, man.
Jacob Quill to the lead.
Wow, there was some cars dancing around towards the back. I'm so close to that wall.
Still 3 wide there is that 16 trying to get himself sorted. And we're going to have a caution in the back.
Again. Lap 38.
Looks like Adam Smith, the fill-in driver for Mason Hoffner, who was unable to make this race tonight, collected an incident. Oh, and
I think he must be all done.
he was kind of blinking there, so it's going to be hard to get a decent replay of this because I don't know specifically where he was at. See if it'll come back in here. There it is. Looks like he just got loose somehow while he was blinked out of the session. Got loose, spun out. And surprisingly, that was a caution. Usually that's not a caution for us here. Just a single car incident. But Jacob Quill finds himself out front now, followed by Boyd Hogan, Stephen Mankey, Tyler Justice, and Nick Vasquez.
Yeah, and if you look back, you saw some of these cars that started up front with the older tires. Now they've fallen back just a bit. Wolf is back up. He's up into 10th already now. Carlisle has moved up into 9th. Perkins is... He kind of fell back there. He's in 8th.
He is going to come back down pit road, so I think he's going to take tires here.
Yeah, it must have been a big difference, and he realized it.
I mean, we saw it here on the feed, honestly. Yeah, he fell back really quick.
Yeah, and you know, if you're going to take him, if you have a chance to take him here under caution, is a lot better than doing it under green. I mean, you know what I mean? And you don't want to be the caution as well, so smart move. One thing we didn't see was anybody take just 2 tires.
That is, I would say, true. It's hard to tell, honestly. We can't get that information. But, yeah, I don't believe right now there's no way anybody would be taking 2 tires here.
Yeah, I go by the pit times. You know, if you see every pit, you know, 14 seconds or whatever, you know it's they're taking 4, but you'd be stupid to take 2 just after that long run we just had.
I think I can pull that up, actually. Yes, I can. Okay, so that will give us a little bit better of an idea, actually, of who's taking what. But yeah, everybody did take 4 that last time by. And obviously Perkins now taking 4. He'll find himself all the way in the back in 33rd. And that's what doing a little bit of off strategy stuff, a little bit of testing can do to you. But luckily it's still stage 1, only 30 laps left here in stage 1 though. These guys going to be starting to fight for some stage points here. Quill, an open car, not fighting for stage points. Are they going to try to get him out of the way? He does.
Yeah, you know, that's not easy. So he's extremely fast, you know, and he can hold it wide open. We've interviewed him already this year after the end of a race.
Won at Phoenix last week in the Dash Series. And looking to possibly do something here in the Cup Series. Didn't really have the best Cup race last week. But in the 77 Camaro this week out front at the moment. He did qualify on pole last week in the Cup race as well, so he's definitely shown his speed. Had a little bit of a drama moment with team owner Stuart Harding Walker after being postponed or suspended, you should say, for a week, and yeah, a bunch of drama there. But finding a ride here in the Cup Series race this week, and he's currently out front. We'll see what he can do.
I have a hard time believing there's drama.
Oh, Bill.
It's like a Hallmark special.
Pace car off pit road, and we're green flag racing once again here. Quill with a great restart. Hoggan going to be able to follow through as well. He's going to try to get in front of his teammate Mankey. Give him a little bit of draft to maybe pull around that 7 car of Justice. See him now look to the inside of Quill. This is going to be a battle out front here as they go through 3 and 4.
Man, did Vasquez come close to that outside wall? What was that, Mankey? I think it might have been Mankey. Might have been both of them, actually. Oh, there he is. No, it was Vasquez.
All of them very close to the wall. Yeah, I mean, the way that you got to drive this track, you got to be on the wall to be fast. You see Pataska all the way up high. He's going to be using his tires up, doing that, like I said, in that first run. So we'll see if he can maybe keep the tires under him this time in the second run. It's going to be a long time to the end of this stage.
I think some of these guys are just fighting and just trying to find anything they can, doing anything they can to find.
Oh, we got another wreck in the back.
There it is again, another big wreck.
This one, Tyler Bellinger involved. Getting incident reports for John Connor and Ray Gill as well. We'll go back and see what happened. Looks like 3 wide. Bellinger, Griswold get together. And oh my goodness.
Ooh.
That was Caleb Tipton also. Big damage on the front end of that 69 car.
Man.
We'll get one more look at this here. On board with Griswold. See him 3 wide. I think they're just fighting for the same track position there. Griswold coming up just a tiny bit. Bellinger coming down just a little bit. And around goes the 88. And this is going to be a shot to see.
Wow.
See, everybody spread. Maybe 6 wide there for a second. Yeah, there's that contact between the 69. It looks like Villano gets saved there. I think Jim Mott maybe caught a little bit of it, as well as John Connor you see in the wall. Yeah, multi-car incident here. On lap 42. I believe is when that caution came out. Maybe it was 43. But right now, Boyd Hoggan back out front. Got around Quill on that restart. Did what he needed to do. Let's go ahead and talk to him real quick and see what he has to say. Maybe he's in a little bit better spirits after still finishing on the podium and sounding a little sad. Got 2 wins. Maybe he'll be a little happier now.
Yeah.
Hey there, boys. Boys up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right. Here in Vegas, out front right now. Obviously, it's a crazy battle out front. Winner of the last 2 races here in the Dash Series and the Truck Series. Wanted to ask you how you're feeling right now and what that car is giving you.
Jacob's closer than I'd like him to be. Dallas fires off. Feel like better than what I'm on. But other than that, I feel all right. Clean Air seems to be almost more king than tire pressure, or than just tire wear. But it's kind of hard to tell right now. We haven't really got that long of a run, but early on it just feels like you kind of have to fight for the Clean Air, which is all right. It's better than sitting here saving tire, beating off. It's definitely more fun than that. So
pass it over to Bill. Give him a question.
How's the track feel? I mean, is it worse than you thought?
It's very grippy. Like, it's gonna be down to the wire, I think, kind of regardless. Like, I felt like I had a better balance than Jacob, but he could just hang in the draft and kind of just use me whenever he wanted to get a run. And I don't know, you really have to work to separate from guys. But I mean, once you do kind of break that bubble, it's hard for anyone else to keep up. So that's, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. It's a little different than what we've been used to, and even what we were kind of working with for Coke a couple weeks ago. So the build definitely changed something.
All right, buddy, get back to work. You're going green.
Yeah, good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Definitely sounds a little more in it.
Yeah, Boyd Hogan, real nice guy. He was telling me earlier that after the race, he was going to go get his girlfriend ice cream down the street.
There you go.
We're just going to bring it home for her. You know, what
I
a
believe he
nice
says
guy.
wifey actually. So
wifey, yeah,
yeah.
after the race, he was going to go get her ice cream. You know, what a nice guy, man.
And he's back on the gas pedal. Maybe he's going to get that ice cream right now.
Yeah.
But
He's going to hear this and say, what's he talking about? You're going to get me ice cream.
Seeing some close battle in here now between Quill and Short, as that 7 of Justice able to pull down in front of Quill. Oh, and a lot of guys sliding out the wall there. Somebody way down the track. That's Nisho Condor in the 11.
They're still trying to wreck behind him.
All of them trying to stay off of each other, as all of them got pretty close to the wall there. I don't think there was really any big contact between all of them, just making as much space as possible, and it stayed clean. Condor might have been a little bit of a loser out of that, though. He does find himself right now in 11th.
Wow, man, you got... These guys are starting to scare me. They are coming off the wall, and the way they're cranking that steering wheel, they're going to break loose. And I don't know if they're trying to do that or what, but every time they come off the corner down the back straightaway, you'll see a couple of guys drop like 4 lanes. Some of the cars you see right there are just going up and barely touching that outside wall as well.
Yeah, I don't really like, at this point in the run, where I'm seeing these guys running way up high. It's definitely way too early in this run to be doing this right now. And with how much we got left in this stage, if we do stay green, oh boy, these guys are going to be hurting at the end. And they'll be hurting all race if they drive like it all race.
Justice holding his own there in second place as well. Again, he was real strong last night. Pataska's worked his way back up to third. We saw him drop back early.
On board Stephen Menke. He's got the Boston Red Sox hat on. There you go.
I like to see that out of Menke. It's good to see him have a good run. He's just had such bad luck lately, and finally he's up where he should be. Oh, man, look how close he gets. Wow.
He was up front near the top 5 a little bit earlier. Currently finds himself running in 12th, just behind Thomas Wolfe and Nisho Condor. Here comes Keith Hume. Close quarters there between the 6 and the 04. They might have made a little bit of contact, honestly.
Wow. What? I understand what you're saying. You know, you got to move up for the stage points and all that stuff, but man, they are cranking right now and just working way too hard, in my opinion.
I agree with you.
They still have plenty of time. They have 18 laps to the caution. This isn't a short track. This is a, you know, you can consider this pretty much a super speedway, and their tires are getting burnt off, and they're going to get worse if they keep pounding them as hard as they are.
And you see somebody that is doing that outside line right now, Dallas Pataska. He's made his way all the way up to 3rd. And yeah, we'll see what the effects of this are. You hear how much the tires are sliding all the way through the corner. And that's not something you want to hear, especially if we get long runs.
But he is absolutely so smooth.
And that does help if you do want to burn him off just a little bit, being very smooth with it. But now that he's caught up to these top 2, it seems like it's a little bit harder to get around him. I wonder also maybe if that tire wear is starting to come into play.
Well, Justice, it's easy to catch him. It's not easy to pass him. You know, these guys are running up front for a reason. We know Justice has speed from last night. So many of these guys have speed, even Short. Last night was very fast. Fuller, where did he come from? He's up in 6th spot.
Nick Vasquez almost put a very late block on Pete Morales there. And that would have been a very bad idea. Morales didn't seem too happy about that. Stayed all the way on his bumper into the entrance of 3 and 4. That's going to cost him just a little bit, though, as Thomas Wolff going to find a spot now to his inside. Just got to keep it under you just a little bit. Obviously, things are going to happen out there on track. Can't let them get to you, though, because things like that will happen to you.
If you get angry and hold on to it, your foot gets a little bit heavier. You start burning off your tire, and you start getting a little more frustrated, and you get even more angry, and you start burning off even more your tires, and next thing you know, you're in the wall.
See him drive it on to the inside now of Vasquez. Vasquez starting to fall back now. This is back for 8th and 9th. So maybe the factory cars, looks like with the exception of Xander Short and Boyd Hoggan right now, have the long run speed. Pataska is starting to get around Quill here, but Quill's also... or actually, I should say Quill's starting to get back around Pataska. Like I said, I think that tire wear already is playing a factor here. These guys were pretty decently far behind Pataska when we cut away. And now Quill already passed him. That was only about
right up
4 laps.
He still looks like he's struggling through that corner. Whoa! One car looked like it was going to break loose there. They run so close to that outside wall.
A good example of that right there. Xander Short doing it that time around. Going to get a huge run here. Might get around the 17.
He's going to definitely get side by side with him.
Yeah, he'll have a shot through 1 and 2. Powers it down on the outside, and I think he will clear on the exit of 2 here. He does. So Xander Short moves up a spot. That puts him into 4th. His teammate leading the race currently. Justice following close behind. You see Caleb Tipton there, going to be going a lap down.
Caleb had issues early in the race. I think he was involved with one of the earlier wrecks.
Yeah, it was that that last caution where it was that multi-car wreck, and just caught a little bit of that car that was turned around. I'm blanking kind of on who that was, but caught a little bit of that car with the front end and see what it does, especially at a high-speed track. Maybe if we were at Martinsville, Phoenix like we were last week, it's a little bit different, but here, you can't run from it.
Definitely not. And one thing, just in case you mentioned Martinsville, I have to admit I did try the Chastain and it does not work.
You can get it to work. You just got to be smart with it. Make it work with iRacing, because it will not work the traditional way that you try it.
Yep.
See here though, Thomas Wolff trying to peek 3 wide bottom. This is Vasquez and Carlisle to his outside. You see Mankey there in the picture as well.
Yeah,
Walker also has damage. He's fallen another lap down.
Yeah, he what a horrible break he had early in this race. And he likes this track too. He's fast at it. Just bad luck continues.
Luckily, only 1 lap down right now. He actually did get a lucky dog, I believe, last time. Under caution. Ooh, a little bit of contact between the 94-22. We know they have some past memories from last season.
Yep.
Don't know if they've fully buried that hatchet yet. At least
you know
out on
as
track.
well as I do. You know as well as I do that both of these guys have memories like elephants. They don't forget anything.
See now, Jacob Quill starting to run down that 7 car, just about 1/10 of a second behind him. About 2 car lengths. Pulls it down to 1 here through 3 and 4. Big slide out of the 7. Yeah, I think these guys that run that high line will fall off, and it's really about who can manage it earlier in the run rather than later, because once you lose the tire, it will not come back. There's no saving that.
You see these guys after they burn off their tires, they're really trying to move up and down and just find any type of traction, and they can't. And we have another caution.
We do. It looks like this one going to be Joe Wright and Caden Perkins in turn 1 and 2.
Yep. And I don't think they're saying hi to each other.
In Rocket League, we call that Rule 1. Caden Perkins just broke that rule. Get 2 cars facing each other, you're not supposed to move. But obviously, this is iRacing. Let me see what I can see on this report. It looks like we should have a lap dash here at the end of stage 1. We were very close to coming to the end of stage 1 there.
Yep.
Let's see what happened. Joe Wright just all the way down the track into Cameron Albertson.
Oh.
And nothing Perkins really could have done there. Garth Griswold got a little bit of damage in there as well, I believe. Obviously, there's a little bit of contact between the 14 and the 37. 14 doesn't look terrible. But, yeah, that
Everybody looks all right.
Wasn't the best incident there for Joe. Joe might be heavily damaged on that right side.
I don't know if we're going to hear some more of Joe next week on the old Radioactive.
Looks like some guys coming down pit road to flip this stage. Pataska being the big note of one of them. Actually, Quill as well. So those guys give up their positions. Obviously, Quill not going for any stage points. So this, I would say, is the right strategy for the 77. See all of them taking 4 tires here.
Yeah, Quill wants a trophy.
Yeah, he's going for the trophy. So gonna have that track position in stage 2 now, and we'll see what he could do with it. But real quick, let's go ahead and try to pull up another driver. Let's go ahead and talk to Thomas Wolf, up in the top 5 right now. Hey there, Thomas. This is Boys Up the Booth. You got a copy?
Hi.
Sounding very cheerful. You got yourself up to the top 5 now after starting way in the back. Wanted to ask you what kind of happened there in qualifying, if you messed up, didn't set a lap, or what just kind of happened there, and how's the car feeling right now, and what can you do throughout the rest of this race?
Yeah, I just smacked the wall coming out of 4 in the qual and didn't set a time, so had to start in the back. Luckily, been able to work my way forward. Almost died just then. I don't know if you guys caught that, but Nick got to my left rear. And
yeah, we saw it.
Just about killed me, so that was exciting. But I'm alive, and I know I got old tires for the end of this stage here, so just gonna ride it out and see what I can scavenge. But yeah, I'm like, I got a lot of adrenaline running through me right now because that was kind of like really lame of him to do that because I almost died. But I guess I'm just too good to wreck there. I was able to save it.
Yeah, how slick is the track? Is it really?
It's not too bad, honestly. A lot of my testing was in 100 plus, 105 Fahrenheit range, so this doesn't feel too horrible right now. Honestly, I haven't really even pushed my my car too hard. Just kind of been riding, then taking what comes my way as the tires come in and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't feel too bad.
All right,
awesome,
well,
buddy.
A little bit of a shootout here, and that's the end of stage 1. So good luck here. We'll let you get to it.
Thanks, guys.
Driving for a new team, second race for Patriot Motorsports, and that number 94 does still have the wrong contingency on that car. So as he does in the other series, we're gonna shame him.
Poor Chachi.
But pace car pulls off. Ooh, one car blinking on that outside lane. That is not a good sign. That's Vince Mitchell. Hoggan gets back on the gas pedal. We're going, though. That might be a little bit of karma to Corey Mott.
Mitchell is another one of those drivers that's been snake bit this year.
Yeah, he's not had the best start to his season so far. And right now, does find himself fighting for some stage points here. 3 laps to go here in stage 2. Justice all the way up high. Mankey and Short were very close to making contact there. Don't want to wreck each other as teammates.
Yeah, we almost had another caution.
2 laps to go here in stage 1. What is going to happen here? It's going to get crazy.
4 wide towards the middle.
Hoggan pretty clear in a way, looking like he might be able to take this stage. But yeah, these guys in the back 3 wide now between Zach Johnson, Alan Phillips, and Vince Mitchell there. Corey Mott, a little bit of contact into the 22. That's going to cause a stack up there. Alan Phillips not anywhere to go, and this is close racing here. White flag in stage 1.
These guys are still bouncing off the wall coming out of 4.
Oh, one car sliding in the back. No caution yet. They keep it going, so we'll stay green. Trying to get a unzoomed camera in. Caution will come out now.
That will be the stage anyways, so.
So Boyd Hoggan gets the stage done. Tyler Justice, Thomas Wolf, Xander Short, Stephen Mankey will round out the top 5. Then you'll see Nick Vasquez, Vince Mitchell, Corey Mott, Alan Phillips, and Zach Johnson rounding out that top 10 for stage 1. Will we see, well, obviously we'll see all the guys that didn't come down pit road that last time by come down pit road. But will we see any of those guys that did come down pit road come down again? I don't think so. Wasn't enough laps. It's only 6 for
You
those
might
guys
get a
that
couple
did.
of guys. Maybe if you're like one of the last guys on the lead lap, you're going to come in and get just that little extra bite of fuel. But, you know, even then is kind of questionable.
Yeah, these guys know that they have free track position if they stay out on the track.
Yep.
But we'll see the leaders come down pit road here. And Boyd Hoggan wins stage 1, followed by everybody in the top 10. Pataska, that first car on fresh tires, going to be out front, followed by Quill. And then it looks like another Majors car, an open Majors car, but he's technically also driving for, I believe it's Tipton Harding. Could be Stuart no, it is Tipton Harding. Tipton Harding Motorsports, an open entry for that 99. So he will move up to 3rd. Noah Hamilton, Stephen Carlisle, Shell Condor, Nick Baston, and look at that, Keith Hume. He's in 8th. He's got some track position now, Bill. What can he do with it?
It's good to see. You know, kid deserves a break. Like I said, he's been fast. He just, every race, something has happened in front of him. And even if he was able to slow in time, somebody would come from the back and just kind of run over it. Just, he's had bad luck this year. So it's nice to see him running, you know, towards the front and see how fast he can run with these guys. I think he can do it. Should have no problem running with them.
And looking at our points right now, I said we'll look at it at a caution at some point, and here we are. You'll see Dallas Pataska. He is far and away about 60 points out front right now. I think it's 59 if my head math is correct. But Cody Porter second, it's 158. Thomas Wolf 134. Porter obviously not being here tonight. I don't know if he'll lose a lot of spots. I know he'll probably lose for sure 1 to Wolf. It'll be interesting to see if Stuart Harding Walker, with the night he's currently having, can catch up. But the rest of the field there, guys like Geisbrecht, a rookie, moving up to 13th. Bellinger, another rookie, in 14th. You see Carlisle, yeah, he's all the way back to 15th after last week. Only 75 points, not even into the 100 yet. So that's a huge sign of warning for that 81 team. Corey Mott still not having the best season. He is starting to work his way up finally, though, up to 18th now in points.
And you look at last year's winner of the championship, Thomas Wolf, in 3rd there. It goes to show you the level of competition there is now.
And if all he needs is a win to get himself back into those playoffs and another bid to go back-to-back for the championships. And obviously, he's also going to be looking for a regular season championship with that. And that will give you a lot of points as well heading into the playoffs. It's 10 extra bonus points. So that gives you something. And those guys all going to be fighting for it that are full-time drivers here in the Cup Series. But Pace Car has his lights off, and the 2 Majors sponsored cars going to be out front. Dives down pit road. Pataska and Fuller. Stage 2 underway here at Las Vegas.
Man, did he get a good run off into the corner right there.
Yeah, and we'll take a little bit of some static shots here and just see these cars go by. You see the speed that they're already picking up just off the restart. And up to full speed here through 3 and 4. Pataska going to be able to stay out front. Oh, one car on the wall. That's one of the Vandervolt cars. I believe that was Noah Hamilton. Yeah, you just see how fast they're moving here.
Wow, right there. 4 wide coming through that dog leg. If that bottom lane, if that guy gets loose, it's going to take a millisecond for all 4 of them to be in the wall.
You see cars all over the track here. Joe Wright on the outside of the number 7 of Tyler Justice. A little bit of a mix of strategies as well with guys on about 6-lap fresher tires. It's not too big of a difference, but it can make a difference there at the end of the runs for sure. 51 a little loose all over the track in front of Joe Wright.
Wow.
Joe's going to force it 3 wide middle. He didn't like what he's seen in front of him. He said, let me take that spot.
Yeah, he's trying to squeeze his way through there. He definitely doesn't have donut hips if he made it through that hole.
Lightly taps that outside wall, which is okay. You could do that here. As long as you hit it straight, it won't put too much damage onto that car. Back side by side now with that 51 once again. But he does have that preferred line through 1 and 2.
So 1 car there on the bottom line get up a little bit, get into the tied car, pushed him way up the track.
And Wright's trying to also fight for a lap back as well. So he's shown that he's got the speed. He's currently 2 laps down right now, though. So if he can get those laps back, ooh boy, that 37 might be on a top 10 run for sure tonight. Maybe even a top 5. Hey,
he's
he could win.
He might have 1 caution help him out right here in a minute. If he gets down to 1 lap, you know, he can definitely get the laps. Oh, he's got Tipton in front of him. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Ballinger. So this would be Ballinger's lucky dog, and then Joe Wright will have the next 2, hopefully.
And it might be a caution right here. It is. Around goes the 0-4 of Keith Hume once again. And this is a big one here. Nick Vasquez around as well. Surprisingly, it wasn't maybe as big as I thought it was.
I don't think Hume could get good luck if you beat him with a shillelagh. That guy always gets collected in somebody else's mess. He worked his way up, very good times, was running great, and once again, man.
I have to see what happened there. And let me get a good angle of it. Here we go. This should be a pretty decent angle. So it was interesting. They were going 3 wide here. Then it looks like just Baston kind of washes up a little bit. And then it gets Hume loose. Maybe he's just a little aware. And actually they do make a little bit of contact as well. So that will make that car loose.
Yep, here. Well,
and then, yeah, just around for that slide.
Sets him sideways. And now... help me up, Winfrey. I'm on fire.
Hamilton collects a piece of that.
Oh, man.
Hume, big contact into that outside wall. Back down into Vasquez, who caught a big piece of that.
Oh, man.
Corey Mott barely sliding through that.
Vasquez. This wreck has huge implications in the points right now.
Looks like John Connor maybe caught a tiny piece as well. Somehow Corey Mott made it through that. I don't know how. I think we're going to have to go on board with him again. And see his on board of that. Because I don't know how he didn't hit that 22.
Well, the 22 got hit by Hume. Hume got smoked up into that outside wall, and there's nothing he could do. He came down and collected Vasquez, but he was just a passenger.
Maybe just a slight bit of contact on that 54, but nothing that's really going to affect that car. Alan Phillips had a huge save as well just in front of him. That car was fully sideways for a split second. He went all the way down to the bottom of the track as well.
Yeah, he's
See him
Nice
check it out
move.
big
Oh.
time. Whew.
nice job by him.
Collects the car, stays out of it, keeps racing. So another caution early this time in stage 2. The field stays bunched up. Stephen Carlisle staying in 4th right now, back into the top 5 where we seen him running pretty decently this season so far, with the exception of that last week race and maybe the 500 as well. I know he kind of was staying in the back during the 500, just couldn't really find too much there though. Every other race though for him this season, very good.
There's still plenty of time for these guys who have damage to come forward. We've already seen a couple of guys that got caught up in some big wrecks earlier. They've already reached up into the top 10. You know, and some of them have fallen back, but there's a few guys. We've seen Basden, he's been involved in a few things. Vince Mitchell, he's been involved in a few things. He's all the way up to 10th. Good run for the 18 car right now. Geisbrick, he started way back. He's up to 21st right now. Hume went all the way down to 34th.
Yeah, after that wreck, that's a big hit for him. Not running for points in the Cup Series, so just really a lot of learning experience for that car. But yeah, it sucks whenever you get taken out of races like this where you do feel like you have speed and you are learning as a driver. But lights back out on the pace car, which means he dives down pit road, and he does. This time, Pataska, Carlisle on that front row. As the overlay just decided to glitch out there for a second. We'll fix that. Green flag
Great jump
back
by
out,
Carlisle there. Carlisle was right with them on that jump, and then Pataska just kind of started driving away. So I don't know if he had better traction there or what, but now Carlisle's starting to slide up the track right there. I don't know if he's on older tires or something maybe. I'm not sure, but he's struggling right now.
He is on that 6-lap older tire than the rest of these guys. Last on pit road, lap 65. Majority of the field that came down pit road at that caution was lap 71. So it could be a little bit of that as well. He is running a little bit higher than what you want to be running. More of that second seam, as a lot of people would say, or second lane from the bottom. Huge bump in 1 and 2. Maybe when we go on board a little bit later in the race, we'll see somebody hit that bump. But yeah, it just it drives up the track if you hit that thing, and it does not help
rattles you. It rattles you. I don't know which is worse, that bump or the bump in the high lane at Iowa.
There's some bumps at a lot of these tracks that it makes them very unique. That's for sure. I know Texas has one in 3 and 4 up on the top. Oh, a few cars in the back touching the wall. I think that was Mankey being one of them.
They're still under green flag, so
it was just a little light love tap.
Yep.
Got Corey Mott driving way down the track. Trying to avoid Cameron Albertson there, get a pass.
I thought he was spinning there for a second. That got really scary.
You'll see these guys kind of make aggressive jumps like that on the track just to avoid stuff, and yeah, it definitely looks like they're spinning. I don't know how much the car really likes that as well. I'm sure it doesn't really affect it too much, but if you keep doing it over time, I'm sure it will definitely affect something in the way that it drives.
So right now, Pataska is starting to feel the heat because Fuller has come out of nowhere and moved up right up to him.
He has. Fuller, a Majors Garage driver in the Dash Series, making a part-time start here for the Tipton Harding Open car. Made the race, running second right now behind his actual team owner in the Dash Series. Maybe he doesn't want to upset him too much.
Yeah, that's kind of difficult, even if you're faster. Your boss is in front of you. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, you got to get around him cleanly. You could also learn off him. He's won the last 3 races, leading the points here in the Cup Series. Looks like he is going to go for the pass here.
Well, I think Nathan's just a little bit faster, and Pataska realizes that, and I don't think he's going to fight him at all here.
Did move back up front, but here comes Hoggan
Well,
now.
Just didn't have it. Now, if I'm Fuller, I don't know if I want to force the issue too hard, because I don't want to let Hoggan by, because Hoggan will take advantage of any situation.
He can, and he usually does. Sitting there in 3rd right now, caught way back up to these leaders. Last time around, 30.19s out front. 30 flat for Jacob Quill in 4th. One of the faster cars on the track. Xander Short just a little bit quicker, 29.98.
Hoggan's starting to put in some laps right now. I don't know if his car is starting to free up a little bit and it's handling better, but he's coming fast. He's gotten
Definitely
past
pushing the
Fuller
issue.
now.
Use the
Yeah.
outside lane there to get around the 99. Now 3 wides, you see Xander Short way up high there using all the track that he can get.
Wow.
Gets a run around the 99 as well, now battling with Quill with the momentum he's carrying.
And these 2 guys in front of them are happy to see them battling that hard side by side, because hopefully they can get together and kind of pull away a little bit. They'd really love to do that. Get some nice fresh air around your car.
On board here with Carlisle, this last car in this front pack. See what he's seeing out front. See the way that these cars just kind of move around on this track and the way that the lines work. See, Carlisle is using a little bit higher of an entry, which is the more preferred
The
entry.
yellow flag is out.
Oh, and it is. Another wreck in this one. Oh no, Thomas Wolfe involved. He's around in turn 1. Looks like Higginbotham was also collected there. He is
What
rolling
happened
again.
to Chachi?
And Jim Mott as well. We'll have to see here.
What happened to Chachi?
Let me find him again. There he is. Oh, contact with the 6 of Stephen Mankey early in the exit of that.
Did he have help from behind him?
Cody Leach might have helped the 6 a little bit. And Wolf just uncontrolled back up into the track. Albertson caught a piece of it. A few other cars caught a piece of it.
Could not slow that car down.
Wild ride for that 94, and he might be done for the night.
Yeah, that was a hard lick there. Just... Oh.
Get one look at it on board with the 94. Actually get one on board with the 23 here and see what started it.
Oh.
The 6 gets a little loose, and then Cody just has nowhere to go.
Yeah, both of those cars just nowhere to go, and he's trying to. Oh.
Couple cars hit him. One of them Higginbotham, one of them Albertson.
Oof.
I think Nim Silva was that 3rd one.
Mark this moment, because we're going to have some good radioactive come out of that.
Bunch of cars going all over the track. And that leaves Hoggan and Short out front. Xander Short moves up to 2nd now. Saw him do very good in the truck race.
Oh, Boyd told me that if he wins this race, he's going to buy a cruise. He's going to take his wife on a nice cruise. Kind of celebrate big time. So, good for him. What a good guy, man. Just, talking about getting his wife ice cream after the race. Now he's talking about taking her on a cruise. What a nice guy.
Let's go ahead and talk to his teammate running behind him, Xander Short. See what he has to say. Hey there, Xander. It's the boys up at the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right. Currently running 2nd behind your teammate, Boyd Hoggan. And looking like a fast short run for these factory cars. What can you guys do to get the other guys on the long runs caught up? We've seen the 20 and the 2 looking pretty quick, pretty much throughout the race, though.
Are you talking about the 6 and the 22?
Yes.
Yeah. They just haven't really got it dialed in just yet. We've made a few adjustments here and there. I know Nick has toe damage right now that he's dealing with, but he should get it fixed. And he's done some adjusting on the car when he wasn't damaged. And but yeah, they should be up here pretty soon, hopefully. Then hopefully by the next stage.
Yeah, we saw you guys running up front a little bit earlier, and earlier in the race, I should say. But it seemed like the short run speed was definitely there. And then once we got those long runs, they kind of just started falling back ever so slightly. And you guys have been able to keep those cars up front, so hopefully we can see you guys throughout the rest of this race here stay up front.
Yep.
Well, we'll let you get back to it. Good luck throughout the rest of stage 2 here. Xander Short currently in second. He'll restart third on this restart, just behind his teammate.
Xander's really showed a lot of speed the last few races, not just in this series, and the other ones as well.
Had a good night on Monday, so maybe he can turn that around in the Cup Series. Had a little bit of problems with Cody Leach and Caleb Tipton last week at Phoenix. See that 23 there, a couple cars behind him. Back on the green pedal, and Boyd Hogan's going. Justice got a good jump on the outside there. And Short's going to be pushing that 20, but Justice fighting back really good on the outside. Hogan is going to clear.
Justice not going away, man. He wants some of Hogan right now.
He does. He'll stay in second.
Up to sixth. Yeah.
Ooh, we are 4 wide in the back here through 3 and 4. Jim Mott's in the middle of this. We got Corey Mott in the middle of this. Oh, and we're going to start going around.
There
they save it. No caution yet. We somehow save it.
Oh.
I don't know how they did that. But we stayed green here in stage 2.
I'm too old for that.
Big contact there between Jim Mott, and I couldn't pick out the other car there, but that sent Jim Mott sliding just a little bit. Somebody else went into the wall, and those cars got bunched up and jumbled and spread very quickly there. And now we got some gaps built.
I think there was 4 cars that were bouncing off each other at one time.
Chaos here in Vegas. Everybody's gambling.
Yeah, and right now Justice seems to be the only car other than Pataska that's been able to hang with that 20 car.
And with all this chaos going on, look who snuck into the 3rd place position, Vince Mitchell in the 18.
Yeah.
Looking to turn his season around here in Las Vegas. 4 weeks of not what he's been wanting so far, and here in week 5 he's got a chance to possibly get a top 10, but right now running 3rd. We'll see if he can keep that car up there.
It's good to see him back where he belongs, the front of the pack. He's always fast. He likes these D-shaped ovals. You know, I know he was good at Atlanta last year, and again has just had bad luck everywhere he's gone. These guys, you just saw right there, man, they are not afraid to trade paint tonight. They're bouncing off each other. They're rubbing bumper stickers off, and wow, look at him. Just the lane changes so fast right there.
Bold moves by everybody. Saw Carlisle there. Big lane change down to the bottom. Try to get a run on Corey Mott. Yeah, I mean, these guys are just going very crazy out here tonight.
Yes, they are. And you know, stage 2 is not even halfway through yet. Just about halfway through stage 2 yet. And I don't know if they have a green flag run. We're going to have to see some pit stops because there's no way they can make these tires last under green flag conditions. Not as hard as they're driving right now.
Got 4 rookies lined up here. Looks like Geisbrecht, the last one of the 4 Higginbotham, Basden, and Spalding all in front of him. Geisbrecht was just in the wall a second ago, though, in 3 wide, and kind of lost out on a few positions.
Well, luckily for him, he's still able to go. Even when you're all by yourself and you touch the wall, it gets into your head a little bit, makes you slow down. Takes a few laps to gather it back up and build up that momentum.
Back out front, though, Fuller currently leading right now. Hoggan in second. Pataska has fallen back to 4th. Tires starting to wear.
Fuller's looking really strong. I think he wants revenge right now, after, what's happened so far, and the bad luck he's had. He'd like to come in here and make a statement. But there's two guys that he's got to worry about right now, and that's Hoggan and Pataska.
So Pete Morales here using the outside. Battling right now with Alan Phillips. John Connor just behind. Stephen Carlisle just in front. Vince Mitchell, bottom 3 wide. Here comes Corey Mott. Xander Short was just in the wall, but a caution comes out.
No, not again.
This one's Noah Spalding on the back straightaway.
Oh, man.
Just talked about him.
Yeah.
See what happens here. Looks like through 1 and 2.
Oh, it just started going sideways.
Yeah, it just started going sideways, and then he couldn't really save it, and it fully went around him on that back straight.
Stay off the wall, stay off the wall.
What a save there, though. Surprisingly,
nice
another
job, stayed off the wall.
Another one of those interesting cautions where usually it isn't a caution.
Man, nice job staying off the wall right there. That was
Gets saved by that, though, yeah. Huge save by himself and gets saved by that caution coming out, so he'll stay on the lead lap. Probably going to have to take a fresh set of tires, though, after spinning pretty much down the entire back straightaway there.
Yeah.
Not a very comfortable feeling.
And you've heard me talk about my 2 adopted dogs, my Teddy and my Fiona, my 2 babies. Love my fur babies. They're just so important to me in my life. And I just want to encourage people, if you are looking for a dog or a cat or any type of animal, check your local shelters before you go out and go to one of these puppy mills or something like that. Adoption, there's nothing like a mutt, and there's nothing like the love and affection of an adopted dog. So if you do have a dog or a cat, please spay or neuter your dogs and animals. And this is brought to you by Stephen Carlisle, so another fellow animal lover. So shout out to him, and his team on, I forgot the name of his race team, but Ethics. And shout out to those guys for doing what they do.
Yeah, it is Ethics Racing Team. And yeah, he's finding himself right now in 5th, worked up to the top 5. Started 11th here, and had a decent race so far.
The next time I do that, can you sing that Melissa McLaughlin song in the background?
Talking about the In the Arms of the Angel. Maybe maybe I could pull a little Vanessa Carlton out, actually.
We just had, we used to work in law enforcement up here, in Massachusetts, and there's a few raids that we did where it was puppy mills and things like that, and it's so horrible to see, and so that's why I love going to shelters. My last dog that I adopted, Fiona, my baby girl, I happened to adopt her in August. I had won a scratch ticket, so I went by the local shelter where I was, and I went to donate, just a few dollars, and next thing you know, this dog comes right up to me, and that was the end of it. And I still think I was bamboozled, but I'll take her. She's my baby girl. So it's one of those things that's important to me. Is I love it when people adopt dogs from the local shelter, and you don't have to go anywhere. Every shelter has a dog for you, and it's just. Whether you donate food, money, anything you can to your local shelter, it's one of those things that's just kind of important to me, and I know it is to Carlisle as well, so I just figured I'd mention it.
Just over halfway here in stage 2. We also do have a poll running right now, so get your sport books out. Any more cautions in stage 2? Right now it's 3.1 to 0 on yes to no, so it's looking like chat's thinking yes. Pace car pulls off pit road. This time it's going to be Fuller and Tyler Justice on that front row. Green flag back out as they get back on the gas pedal here for lap 109 of 234.
Oh, man. How can you not say there's not going to be another caution?
These guys have been all over each other and all over the track all night so far, and I don't know if it's going to change. It's going to be 4 wide here out of turn 2.
Yeah, wow. Man, it's got so close right there. Keep coming, look at them. They're still beating and banging. They haven't learned anything yet, which is, I kind of like it, to be honest with you. You know, we have some characters in the league this year, and it kind of brings a little excitement to it. And yeah, we joked about the drama earlier. It does bring a little bit of the drama. And one guy is Walker Harding. Yeah, with Zach Johnson. You know, there's a few guys. Yeah, you know, and it's just so much fun hearing those radioactives. I was just kind of doing a replay on my computer here, and it's so much fun listening to that. Thank you for doing that. It's such a great job, and I can't imagine how many hours it takes you to do.
I think that I've got a process down now. It's not too bad, honestly.
Yeah. This is Zach Johnson from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Just had a big moment there out of 2. Was able to collect himself. Still running 16th right now, just outside the top 15. Right behind Ray Gill. Whoa! Xandervolt cars, close quarters there. That's Nichelle Condor and Nick Baston there to his outside. You just see how close it is with these guys racing each other. And honestly, you want to get out there. 3.2K now on the yes.
I was watching Zach do some laps at Phoenix last week, and I was studying his line, and I actually gained 0.3 of a second at Phoenix by following his line from my own. And as you know, 0.3 of a second, that's a pretty big jump. So I like seeing Zach up there working hard, and I want to see him in the top, in the podium finish tonight at least.
4 cars currently knocked out of the race. Keith Hume, Caden Perkins. Actually, I should say, I think it's 5, actually. Sorry. Cameron Albertson, Keith Hume, Caden Perkins, Adam Smith, and Aaron Schugel. So, yeah, 5 cars out of the race. Already here. Just over halfway into stage 2. Lap 44 of 70. Still got a good amount of time to figure things out for some stage points. Oh, boy.
Oh, big moment there. Caution is out again.
And Zach Johnson might have got the brunt of that one.
Was that? Oh, no. Is that seriously Zach Johnson?
See what happened here coming out of turn 2. Turn 2, the exit, been a trouble spot. Looks like Vince Mitchell. Ooh, one of the Xandervolt cars came down, and he's done for the night.
Thank God this is iRacing.
Big contact there for that 45 car.
Thank God this is iRacing. He's still rolling.
I'm pretty sure he's done. We'll see what happened here.
He's not rolling very well.
It was Nichelle Condor that came down there. Yeah.
It's like he got loose too.
And yeah, I mean, it's rolling, but there's definitely not going to be any speed in that thing.
Yeah, wow. There's still some time left, though. If he can keep from going a lap down, he's going to be in pretty decent shape.
Trying to get another look at what happened here. Mitchell kind of came up the track just a little bit, which ended up putting Condor on a trajectory of the outside wall. And then it just shot him back down into Johnson, which Johnson just had nowhere to go there.
Yeah,
probably
certainly
didn't even know
not
that 11 was coming.
Yeah, certainly not intentional by initial at all. Just tough break for those guys. But look who's up to 8th spot. My man, Cody Leach. If you remember, I was a little hard on Cody Leach last week. I got a little frustrated with him. You remember that? And I told him that if he was my driver, I'd put him on probation and everything else. And I had a little talk with him this week. We went back and forth, and I was a little hard on him. I was, and he's my man. And I know he's going to win a race. I'm just waiting for it. And one of the most underrated drivers, Cody Leach, at 23.
And the people that said yes to any more cautions in stage 2 will walk away with a victory there. Can't leave on a win. Well, I mean, you can't leave on a loss either, so you just got to keep betting, Just never stop. Out here in the Sin City. Bill, I think last week we kind of missed out on something that I don't know if you noticed at all, but I think we should do it this week. Do you know what I'm mentioning right now?
No, the crank it up?
Oh yeah, you do.
We didn't do that last week, did we?
We did not. So on this restart, why don't we go ahead and crank it up and hear these engines roar? I think that's a pretty good idea.
Just give them the nice sound of the engines, not even going to say a word. They'll know when the green flag comes out. They're going to feel it in their chest, especially if they have surround sound. Crank it up if you do. It's a lot of fun.
It is. So once they get into 3, we'll switch over to that. But on this restart, it's going to be Fuller, Pataska, Short, Connor, Quill, Phillips, Leach, Hoggan, Justice, and Corey Mott in that top 10. And let's go ahead and give it a nice little crown jewel. Crank it up. Few cars in the wall as they exit turn 4 there. And welcome back to the booth. Hear the nice engines of these cars.
That was awesome. That was a good one. And you know what? I thought I was going to come back, and I was excited to come back. I'm like, I'm going to make fun of iRacing because I found something that they missed. And then I was wrong. If you see in the shot where they're looking down the back straightaway right here, see how the phone moves behind the wall? The
it's
phone
got everything.
vibrates. Yeah, and I thought that they missed that one detail, and they didn't. That's pretty impressive. That's how realistic iRacing is.
Some battling going on here. The two leaders starting to break away. Just for a second here. We'll see if they're able to keep it there. Alan Phillips now in this battle between Vince Mitchell. Big slide down to the bottom for that 18 car. Just under 20 laps to go here. Oh, that's close quarters.
Oh.
Phillips might not be happy about that one, but he's going to get a run to his outside here.
Wow.
Right now, Xander Short leading this race. Jacob Quill in second in that 77 on board with Short as he tags the wall. Quill also tagged the wall there on the exit of 2. Come on, iRace, you get off the onboard.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. That was an automatic camera.
Oh man, yeah, that was
contact
between
between Pataska.
There's another one right there.
Pataska, Mitchell door bang each other now. Vince Mitchell, Alan Phillips leaning on each other down the front straightaway. Phillips on the inside. He's gonna push up that AT just a little bit more. Dallas Pataska's there. Phillips gonna be clear.
Another car on the wall. Man, these guys are pushing it so hard.
Getting their elbows out.
Down about almost 15 laps to go before the end of the stage. It's go time if you want points, and these guys are really going for it. And out front, one guy that is dying to get some points, that number 2 car, he's leading this thing, followed by the 11 and Quill.
Yeah, and he's sliding a lot, not really handling the best right now. But the 77's not really handling the best right now either, but they got enough time out front right now to kind of be battling this. Quill gonna dive way low, Short gonna go way high.
Just to show you how old I am, I thought that was the 11. It's the 77.
Still side by side, back to the line.
Man, these guys are battling really hard right now. Now, Quill's not really running for points. Short is, so, you know, it's still early before the end of the race. I'm sure Quill's not really thinking about the stage, but if you're Short, you know, is it worth just settling behind Quill and just trying to get away from everybody?
Quill making another dive down to the inside of Xander Short. Made a little bit of contact there through 3 and 4. Alan Phillips, Vince Mitchell still battling back there.
These 2 guys battling the way they are, it's just allowing those other guys behind them to catch up, and you don't want Fuller anywhere near you on a racetrack. Neither do you want Mitchell and Phillips. Phillips is another guy who started way in the back of the pack. He's all of a sudden up in 4th, and he's running quick laps.
Finished, I believe, 5th last year in this race. And, yeah, he's looking pretty good right now, back up to 5th currently in that 5 car. Looking to the outside of Fuller, though. Fuller is actually falling back from these guys. His tires are not there right now, and Vince Mitchell of Alan Phillips putting a lot of pressure on them.
Not what you want. That car's washing up in front of the other little slide job right there.
But that battle for 3rd is allowing these 2 to battle out front right now for the lead and not really lose too much time. Oh, yeah, contact!
You know, these guys need to be so careful. There's no need for them to be racing this hard right now.
Can't say that, Bill. I don't think they understand it.
Well, Short just almost shorted his shorts right there because he almost just lost it.
He did. Was big time tight there on the exit of turn 2. Almost smacked the wall and then became a little bit loose as he came off the corner. Vince Mitchell now clear for 3rd. Caution out.
Yes. Wow. Now what do you do? Do you come in the pit now?
Slow.
Short shoot the pit with 10 laps to go?
I think,
the 9 car, hard contact.
Yeah, Higginbotham stopped on the front straightaway. Let's see what happened here.
Man, he hit that thing so hard it looks like a Tesla from the side.
Looks like 4 wide. This is with Dallas Pataska, so this isn't too far back. Mankey nowhere to go. Garth Griswold really nowhere to go.
Oh.
And Jim Mott just barely tags the back end of that 9.
Man.
Mankey and Griswold will be able to continue on. Not a lot of contact for them and not a lot of damage. I think they will be some of those guys that might short pit this stage. So Higginbotham might not have too much damage on that car. Just got the rear cover torn off there.
We're just talking about the detail in iRacing. I was watching some of the cars leaving the scene of the accident. All I could see is mud and grass getting shot up into the air from one of the tires. Oh man.
New
If
feature
you've
as well,
never
which is
tr-
awesome.
If you've never tried iRacing and you're interested, it's not that expensive. The initial cost, the most expensive cost is what? The wheel, the shifter, and the pedals. And you can get some package deals fairly cheap. You don't have to go out and spend big money. And then most guys have, just a regular monitor or regular TV, and they go iRacing, and it's a ton of fun, and you get into it, and you spend more money, and you get more into it, and you spend more money, and next thing you know, you've living in a shed like I am. But it's so much fun, and it really is inexpensive, and you meet people from all over the place.
So the top 16 will stay out. Bowler, the first car off pit road, followed by Pataska and John Connor. Tyler Justice, Boyd Hogan were fighting off pit road there. That was Nem Silva coming off pit road, a couple laps down at the moment. I believe 7. There's Noah Spalding in the 24.
Did Mott get caught up in that again?
Jim Mott got incident there.
It was Jim Mott? All right. Because Corey's has had some horrible luck this year as well.
Corey currently running up in 4th place.
Yeah, but he had an incident earlier. So I know he was right up front there. I didn't know if he got collected in that. Yeah, one thing is Corey changed his number this year. And I'm used to the 1 car, and I'm not used to the 54 that he's in now, so I think he's another car.
Yeah, switching over to the 54 this season. And Toyota as well.
I don't mind making fun of him. I found out that him and Julia make fun of me behind the scenes. They say how I always say that Corey can save in a race car, and apparently they make fun of me every time I say that. So I'll give it back to him a little bit. Don't worry, I'll get even.
Just want to say thank you for some of the subs tonight. Shake That Desk, which is Cody Leach, Hypercat37, which is Joe Wright, and then String of Yarn, which I believe is Ryan Persinger. So thank you guys for all resubscribing. 4 months, 10 months, and 3 months. Keep it going. We love it.
Oh, man. So, we've got a lot of cars that stayed out, some that didn't. I don't know. Eight laps to go. This is a shootout. Do you think we're going to make
green?
it? Are we going to make it under green? Pace car comes down, getting ready to go green. They get into the restart line area. There they go, and there goes Quill and Short.
Stack up on the outside lane allows the inside to go ahead. Yeah, you said Quill and Short pull ahead, and yeah, they're gone here on this restart.
I think Corey Mott spun his tires a little bit there, kind of got held up a little bit. Now he's falling back, but he's starting to charge forward. Now Phillips gets around him. Now he gets back around Phillips. Now Short gets back around Quill. Everybody's battling except for Mitchell. He's just sitting there watching the chaos in front of him and behind him. Side by side, going through the quad right there.
Short tags the wall. That's going to slow him up big time.
Look out! Hold on! Oh, wow.
Corey Mott going to get around him, as well as Nick Baston, Cody Leach. And he's going into the wall again. Those tires are looking like they're shot.
Yeah, and hitting the wall probably didn't help his car handling at all. And, man, he was hoping to get a really good score in the end of the stage with the stage points, but now he's just hoping to survive. Not together, things are coming in. He's
still in the wall.
Yeah, he's...
And caution is going to come out.
Caution's out. This could be a big break for him.
It's like Ray Gill. tight race in here into 1 and 2. And Fuller just helps him out.
I know if
It's gonna be 4
Gil didn't
wide
know
there
he was
for a
down
moment.
there, but
yeah,
man.
I don't know if he knew he was there.
And again, we've seen last night and again tonight some extremely hard hits.
And caution comes out before the end of stage 2, so that should be the end of stage 2 here. Because I believe we'll be starting on
It'd be lap 71, right?
yeah, it
No,
should be
70.
at the end of lap 70, I believe, is when we'll start this restart. So it should be the end of stage 2 here. So you'll see Quill, Mitchell, Mott, Baston, Leach, Condor, Short, Morales, Phillips, Tasca, maybe not. Guys are staying out on the track. It's a little bit harder for us to tell certain things like this because we don't have race control in our ears. But maybe there is a shot for a 1-lap dash here at the end of this stage. Vince Mitchell currently leading the race and looking to win this stage. Maybe get him a playoff point. We saw him win Michigan last season.
Yep.
And had a pretty decent playoff run there as well. But
Michigan, one of my favorite tracks.
Ever since the calendar flipped, he has just not been able to get those results that he's was able to put on the board last season. Also at a new team, so I wouldn't blame him just yet. Maybe just still acclimating, you know. A lot of the times whenever you're getting used to different guys, it takes a little bit of time to mesh.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, we've heard a few guys say that this year, and they're coming into this league for the first time, and even though they're very fast, they don't really know how everybody races yet. Nobody really knows how they race. So there is a trust issue, and that kind of, the beginning of every season, you really have to relearn everybody all over again. And then, despite how well you know a driver, there's always that one time where something just happens to him that his car just breaks loose and he comes up into you and the trust is gone. So
we see the choose here. It should be a 1-lap dash, which I believe it is. Yes, it is. Okay.
Oh, these are fun.
Some fireworks here to end stage 2.
This is going to be fun.
That caution as well came out so fast that the prediction I made didn't even have a chance.
Ooh, so that was, what, 7 laps to go?
Yeah, now we'll have 1. Well, so let's see how it feels with these guys getting. They're gonna be up to full speed by the time they're finishing this lap. So
yeah, well, isn't it?
It's gonna be aggressive.
Yeah, I think they should do a green-white checkered, but either way. A lot can go wrong. Murphy's Law.
Pace car getting ready to get out of the way. And these guys getting ready to go around for a lap, get some stage points, and then come down pit road. Let's see what happens. Pace car off.
Come on, 23. Get a good start here, buddy. Let's go. There it is on the inside. Mitchell gets a great jump right there on Baston. Mott slides underneath.
2 Palmetto cars out front.
Yeah.
Followed closely behind by 2 Zandervolt cars. Cody Leach trying to make a little bit of a difference in that top 5 running order. Peeking to the outside. But here comes Dallas Pataska. I believe he's on fresh tires. A huge move to the outside. Gonna be 4 wide to the line here. Vince Mitchell wins stage 2.
Nice job by Vince Mitchell.
It's gonna be interesting to see how they actually ended up here in stage 2, because they were all very close on top of each other there coming to the line. and it was going to be a photo finish for that second spot for sure. I don't know if iRacing, the way that they line up is going to be the correct way, but the way that we do have it currently is Vince Mitchell, Nick Baston, Corey Mott, Dallas Pataska, Nikhil Condor, Cody Leach, Xander Short, Alan Phillips, Pete Morales, and Steven Carlisle getting stage points.
Glad a lot of these guys have been involved in incidents tonight. Good to see my man Cody Leach up to 6th spot in that 23 car. Keep it going, kid. I'm loving this.
And as these guys go down pit road and get ready for stage 3 here, I think we're going to go ahead, step aside real quick, and get ready ourselves for stage 3 here, because I don't know if we're prepared for this.
Hey, you know that guy who just before the green flag keys up his mic and asks, "Anybody got a setup?" Well, this is him. This is Adam, and hey, Adam needs some help. On the other hand, this guy over here, this is Steve. Steve is a solid racer and he knows his way around the garage. Steve's problem is time. With a job and a family, he can't find enough time to build competitive setups and to race as often as he likes. But as luck would have it, Steve knows a secret. He lets the Majors Garage crew chiefs do the setup work so he can focus on the racing. At majorsgarage.com, Steve can get setups for over 60 cars on the iRacing service. So no matter what series he wants to jump into, he is covered. Somebody, anybody, really should tell Adam. See you at the garage.
And we're back for stage 3. Pataska Hoggan up front. You see Steven Carlisle restarting 3rd, and John Connor to his outside. Green flag back out, and they're rolling here in Las Vegas for the final stage.
What a jump by Pataska. But look who's fighting back, coming right back up on him.
Already 3 wide in the back. That's Noah Spalding all up high. Tags the wall just a little bit. That's going to check him up and allow other guys to get around on the inside. You see Morales there, Xander Short as well. So now
Morales.
we do, I was going to say there's an 11 lap tire difference now on these guys, so it's going to be interesting. how that will all shake up. Go ahead with what you were about to say about Morales there.
The Morales just continuing to impress us. There's the improvement out of this driver from just last year. What I've seen of the kid is just he has so much speed this year. Everywhere we go, we always talk about him. He's up front, or towards the front. But really proud of the kid. Glad, I love seeing this. I love it.
Some battles going on here between Stephen Carlisle. I see Nishil making some moves there in the back with his teammates. But Stephen Carlisle, John Connor here. Connor going to go for a block. Maybe not trying to do that. Tags the wall. Got a little tight. It's going to check both of them up for a second there as they roll straight away down the back straight. Carlisle going to get checked up more. And he's going to fall back to Baston. But that's going to allow Connor now to pull up to Stephen Mankey. See Condor there all the way down on the bottom of the track. Using that apron. Corey Mott, oh, big moment there. He's loose on the apron. Collects the car. Everybody trying to get around that 54. Could be going 4 wide here in a second.
That could have been huge.
Huge save from that 54.
Get off the wall. Oh.
Yeah, these guys will bounce off that wall pretty much all night. Like I said earlier, it doesn't affect you too much if you can hit it straight and not hit it too hard. But the second you start hitting it hard and not straight, it's it's not good.
And once you hit it one time and you don't hit it straight, the next lap is going to be even worse. It
too much damage, yeah.
It just compounds the issue.
So drivers trying to be cautious of using that wall up. You'll see a lot of it also at Darlington. That's going to be something where we'll see guys hitting the wall, and it's famous for that. So the right sides of those cars will get torn up, but with the speeds that they're carrying here, I don't blame them for lightly tapping the wall every so often.
The old Darlington straight, so to speak.
Back out front, Pataska, Hoggan battling for the lead. They got Justice, Fuller, and Quill behind them.
Yeah, look at Connor in the 97. He's come out of nowhere. He's up to 7th.
He is battling still with, now it's Mankey. They have pulled away from the rest of those guys as well, and they're starting to catch these top 5.
Oh, caution is out.
It's his. Oh no, Vince Mitchell going to be involved in this one. Stage 2 winner. Had to start further in the back. And that's not a good thing for that 18 car. He goes around, and that bad luck will continue after a stroke of good luck.
Doesn't look like he has all that much damage.
Oh, they were 4 wide there. Nowhere to go for Morales. Stuart Harding Walker gets a piece of it. Some other cars also got involved in there.
Yeah, that right front got hit a couple of times pretty good there. That's why it doesn't look so bad for the left side.
But, yeah, that 18 goes around, middle of 4 wide, and, oh, he's still going into the wall. I don't know if he's, his car is
flat,
good.
maybe.
iRacing wouldn't make your tires flat after these wrecks, so I think his car might be just done and toast if it's driving into the wall at that speed.
Yeah, what a... Oh, man. The bad luck continues.
Oh, yeah. He tried slowing down there, and it just still went straight up in the
Yeah,
wall.
there it is. Yeah.
So definitely the toe broken on that 18 car. Somewhere it's broken on that car. We'll see how much total damage he has and if he can continue on, but Stage 2 winner looking like right now going to be out of the race here in Stage 3 very early as well. The good thing about this race tonight is he did get that playoff point.
Yep.
And he got also 10 extra bonus points, so it does cushion that blow.
It does. You know, and he may have had a better race and just not gotten any points. So
exactly. Ben Lawson getting a lap back here. And lost in all the chaos so far. Joe Wright did get his laps back. Look where he's at. He's in 14th. Just chilling.
Heck. Good for him. He's back.
Back on the lead lap, looking to possibly do something here. We said, I said that he's got top 10 speed for sure, but he was running against cars in the top 6 there earlier, being 2 laps down, so who knows what he can do. He's definitely got the pace here. Can he get some track position now to back that up and help him out? Gonna go high here. That does give him a little bit of spots on this restart. Oh, Hamilton, Harding, Walker. Thought they were gonna go low there for a second.
Yeah.
It would have gave him a few more spots. But he's going to end up not really gaining too much now on this restart because of that.
Huh.
But back on the lead lap for that 37, so sky's the limit.
I don't, to be honest with you, I mean, I would assume that the bottom line is where you want to be at this track. For the restart, anyway.
I think it does have its advantage, especially if you're the lead car or the second car. But also if you're the outside guys, you can kind of pinch the inside guys if they don't get a good jump down to that apron line, which you know, has that big bump there, and it'll just unsettle the car enough to have them, you know, not drive it as aggressive as they want to into that corner, and then you can get a spot on the outside like that. You will carry momentum as well, so it's another one of those tracks where I think you can go either way and come out okay if you know how to do it on each side.
Base car comes in. Barney's got the flag in hand, waiting for him to get into the restart zone. The 20 gets a great jump. The 77 kind of stalled out a little bit, had to get help from the car behind him. And both of those cars just matting the throttle right there. Mankey trying to hang on. Look at the guys behind him already going 3 wide towards the middle.
Yeah,
This first corner right there is not where you want to be 3 wide on a restart.
That little bad restart there for the 77 allowed Pataska to sneak through.
Yeah.
He'll move up to second now, clear of that 77. Now Nathan Fuller also starting to hound in. He's also looking for second now here. Side by side with Pataska. Almost 3 wide. There's Quill's looking to the outside.
Pataska and Phillips are 2 drivers that don't need any handouts as far as getting positions. They're strong enough. Man, a couple of cars look like they had a moment there. I think one of them was Mankey, maybe. He got a little loose coming off there. I think it was him.
Yeah, it stacks up these guys behind him 3 wide. Thomas Villano just there trying to peek, maybe make it 4 wide there for a second. Thought better of him. There's Joe Wright there, just in the background. Just talked about him. Trying to figure out what's going on in front of him. He's got 3 cars side by side. They've been this way for a whole lap now.
Whoa, 2 cars together in the top lane there.
Corey Mott using the 5 up a lot. I don't think Allen's going to be happy about that. Now he's using up Villano as Villano's trying to work his way through. Villano dooring that 54 up the track now.
Oh, man.
Elbows have been out, and they're still out here in stage 3.
Oh, I can't wait for next week. We're going to hear all kinds of delicious noises.
Speaking about next week, we head to Homestead next week, so that's going to be interesting to watch there as well. Another one of those tracks that is very similar to this. Different shape of a track, but races very similar to this. And these cars very fast around there as well. So we'll be down in South Miami. I believe it's South Miami and Homestead. But South Florida.
And I've heard a couple of guys in the chat rooms in the garage area complaining about Homestead. Not a very popular track amongst guys. A lot of people struggle at that track. As far as these cars go, I've never driven one, but I've done all right there in the truck series and the Indy cars. So, you know, if people are already talking about struggling, maybe they need to perform better this week. So it seems like the first 10 laps are tracks that every driver or most drivers struggle with.
Yeah, I think this week is definitely a test for next week, and I think this week also is the first real test of who's going to have speed at throughout the season, because these tracks are a decent part of the schedule still. These 1.5 miles speedways.
Do you think this track is similar to Charlotte?
I don't think it's similar enough. It's definitely, it's got the same style of racing, obviously. We'll see a lot of this at Charlotte as well, where they're very close for a lot of the race until the tires start to fall off, and then it really shows you who knows what they're doing on those green flag runs. But I think the front straightaway being not a traditional tri-oval, I think that makes it more interesting, and it's more shaped like a say a Daytona, but even then Daytona has straightaways on the front straight if you think about it. So I think it is interesting. You're almost always turning here, so it makes it very very fun to learn what different lines you can kind of take, and that's why you'll see guys take the outside, take the inside, take the middle, take wherever.
Yeah. Yep. I have a better time at Charlotte than I do here. Again, I don't know what it is about this track. You know, we all have tracks that we're, better at. Richmond, I'm sorry, Rockingham is a track that a lot of people struggle with. I love Rockingham. So, it's just one of those tracks that I am pretty good at. And you take advantage of it when you can, because believe me, I don't have many advantages when it comes to iRacing.
First car on the freshest tires at the moment. It's going to be, it seems, Tyler Justice, last on pit road, lap 152. So just after that stage 2 break.
Yeah. Quill gets back around Hoggan.
It's currently running in 7th, looking to get around Cody Leach here. Crossover here through the front straight. Gets to the inside. He's going to have a shot here through 1 and 2. Got to keep Leach up just a little bit higher. He does. And he'll be clear of Cody Leach, up to 6th now. Tyler Justice. Alan Phillips. Oh, Ray Gill, the lap car, very close as Phillips was making that pass on Mankey. And we're going to have a caution.
Oh.
Stuart Harding Walker, oh no.
Not again.
I think it was a premature caution there. All of them did stay going straight forward. Somebody blinked out there. And Volano.
Wow!
Just filling a gap. Nick Vasquez catches a little bit of that. And yeah, just Stuart Harding Walker into the outside wall with that right side. Didn't seem too bad. Definitely hit it at a pretty good speed, but it straightened up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He might be okay.
Not sure Not really sure how that started, but
oh, they're checking up under yellow here as they're catching back up to the field. But
I don't think this would be a good time to interview Stuart.
Yeah, he's probably not the happiest driver at the moment behind that wheel.
And believe me, he would love to be interviewed right now. Yeah, I like to call he is he's the Kyle Busch of our league, I believe. He's just passionate and outspoken, and he's funny when he gets on one of his rants.
Pretty much everybody down pit road. You see a couple of cars staying out on the track. It's really only two. That's why I said a couple. It's Noah Spalding, Pete Morales, but everybody else that's on the lead lap is on pit road right now. So we'll see this race off pit road here. Looks like Quill, Hoggan gonna battle for that spot. Hoggan, I believe, got it there. Followed by Pataska, Fuller, Connor, Leach, Justice, Wright, Phillips. Then Stephen Mankey, Corey Mott, Tommy Carroll, Stephen Carlisle, and Xander Short all off pit road there. That's front 14 cars off of pit road. Then here comes the rest of them. So more tire strategy kind of coming into play here now with Spalding and Pete Morales staying out. A couple of rookies out front. And I mean, that's how it's been all season. So we'll see what these rookies can do.
Rookie has not meant anything this year.
It has not. Let's go ahead and talk to Mr. Pete Morales in second right now. We've been talking about him a good amount. Let's go ahead and bring him up here and speak to him real quick. It's been a while since I've spoke to him, I feel like, on a broadcast. Hey there, Pete. This boy's up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
All right, all right. We see you currently in second here, staying out, pulling a little bit of a strategy here. The 95 we've been talking about you all night. Been having a pretty decent night, running around that top 10 now with a little bit of track position here. What do you think you could do here in stage 3?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out how exactly this is gonna play out. I got this set up for more longer runs. It takes a while for this thing to wind up on the restarts, so just save as much of the tires as I can. I have 2 more sets left, so if I can just play it smart, and if there's I'll be lucky if I can get another caution and use another set. I'm just gonna play it smart, survive, and fix the rest of the damage on this thing if I can, and hopefully bring this thing home.
Hey, Petey, it's Billy. What's going on with you, kid, man? All of a sudden, you're coming out of nowhere. You have so much speed this year. What gives?
Oh man, the amount of practice I take every single week. I do my best to study this car because I have more time in the trucks and Xfinity than this thing. So just putting in a lot of effort every week, taking up most of my time just to get myself comfortable with every setup just behind the wheel. This Cup car every week and every single racetrack. So um, yeah, just
Ooh.
practice really does pay off. I'm surprised we've held on for this long. We're still in it.
A little bit of a luck, it seems like, as well, as Noah Spalding gets a choose cone violation, which I believe is going to make you the control car here on this restart.
Oh boy, this is going to get scary.
Hey, go get him, kid, man. I'm proud of you. Hey, say hi to your dad for me.
I sure will, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We haven't seen him in the chat. Where is he at?
He's not around. He's just chilling.
We got to get him back in the chat. See what you're doing here in the Cup Series.
Oh man, I'm not sure if that would be a good time or if that would be a bad time.
All right, we'll let you get back to it. Good luck here, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Okie dokie. You guys have a good show.
All right, he's a little worried about starting front row now, but he is the control car and he is on the bottom, so we have seen that have the advantage, at least when you are the control car on the bottom. He's got a good pusher behind him as well. Boyd Hoggan.
It's funny how people think it's just so easy to be the control car on the restart. It's kind of nerve-wracking if you don't have a lot of experience. It's not my favorite. I'd rather start second than first sometimes, and depending on the series. So it's just experience is all you need. And we're going to find out right now how well he does, because Morales, the control car, leading this race in the 95. And he gets a great restart, pulls out about 2 car lengths. The 77 and the 20 are struggling to keep up with him, and he's going to lead both of those cars into the corner. And look at little Morales go. He is on fire right now.
Yeah, and here comes Boyd Hoggan. I think the smart thing to do is going to be let maybe 1 or 2 of these guys by and follow him, since he's on a little bit older tires. Let them come in, as he said, and let the long run play.
Yep, and look at, he did exactly that. He got his points. He got pushed up into the wall.
Not going to be happy about that, and Quill going to hit him again. Jacob Quill saying, get out of here, Pete Morales. And Morales not going to be very happy with that 77 car.
Yeah, Morales is going to be on...
in contact. Down goes the track. Down Cody Leach. Saves it. Can he keep it collected? Entering 3 and 4, he does.
Nice job by
Falls back to 15th, but I don't think he cares. He's still in the race.
Yeah.
He might care here for a second, but still in the race. Whew.
What a save.
Fuller and Hoggan now side by side out front. Fuller goes around on the inside. Here comes Dallas Pataska right in the bottom as well. Haven't seen him using that bottom much, but now he is using it to get around that 20 car.
These guys are just battling so hard right now. Final stage of the lap, and this is going to be the longest stage as well. And, we've seen these guys just out front battling so hard. At some point, you can only drive like this for so long before something gives. And if they're not careful, they're not going to finish this race. And somebody from like 5th or 6th back is going to end up winning. So I just think that the aggression right now is a little bit too much. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But what do you think?
I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. Obviously, being a long stage, if we do stay green, yeah, it's very interesting race because I don't think we've seen a lot of these guys full potential on these long runs. But I was kind of laughing at a chat message because I think we summoned somebody. Dadpool making his presence known in chat. Pete Morales' dad.
Now I gotta check the chat room. There he is.
We have summoned Pete Morales' dad to the Twitch, and he is here watching. I don't know if he's too happy about what just happened there with that 77 of Quill, but finds himself right now in 12th. I think he does have a little bit of speed in that car for sure. He's been around the top 10 all night. If he can get back up into a good track position here, maybe get another caution, get some fresh tires on it. Said he's got 2 still in the pits. Could be huge for that 95. Just got to keep that thing clean.
Oh, I just went to respond to Dadpool being in the chat room, and I forgot that the computer I'm using doesn't have my Twitch into it, so I'm not allowed to respond to chats. Frustrating.
Oh, no.
And wow. Whoa, did we just have a moment further on back in the field? I didn't quite catch that car, but
I wasn't able to catch it either.
It's not often that you see taillights and headlights from the same car in the same corner and they survive.
Crazy moment, but we also got a 7-car breakaway here. Alan Phillips kind of tagging along here at the end of it. John Connor really that true last car of this pack as Phillips is trying to fully catch up to him here. I think he's running faster times since he's solo car right now, so he will catch up. But Pataska also did have a moment there for a moment in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And he slid up the track as well. Almost opened the door for Quill to take second back from him. Phillips is now caught up.
Phillips knows that we have a long way to go in this stage, and it looks like he was just kind of hanging back there, just trying to keep himself out of trouble. But now this group is just kind of packed up in each other, and he has no choice but to be underneath the back of the 7 car.
Making a move around John Connor. Connor, I believe, still there on his outside. That's why he hasn't fully moved up. You hear that engine. Phillips should be clear here through 3 and 4 this time, though, just behind that 7. Yeah, and he's working his way up now. I will say, as a team owner at Hollywood Motorsports, that is one thing that we focus on is our long runs. And Alan's shown a very good job at saving those tires in that car. And, I mean, he got 5th here last year, so we'll see what he could do this year.
Yeah. He's fast. We talk about him every race he's in. We talk about him,
especially every race with a long run. It feels like.
Yeah.
He's definitely got the speed there. Just some unfortunate things happening to him. Finds himself, I believe, in 18th or 19th in points, a little further back than he wants to be. But if he could get that luck turned around, he's got it for sure.
One win can change all of that.
That is true. These guys battling for the top 4 right now.
Thing that's been tough this year is we've had a couple of guys that have won all the races this year, pretty much. And every time that there's a repeat winner, it knocks somebody else pretty much out of the points as far as getting in by a win. So you got to try to get that win as soon as you can to lock yourself into the point.
This is going to be 4 wide here. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, it was, and man.
Harding Walker trying to stay out of the way, gets himself into the wall to stay out of the way. Now battle for the lead here. Here comes Pataska down to the inside. Quill looking all the way to the outside. Could have a run here to make a crossover possibly, but Hoggan's there on his inside.
Yeah, this group right here, 5 cars pretty much are running pretty hard together. Looking 3 wide right now in the corner.
Quill gets a little bit loose there on the entry. He's still sliding around just a little bit, but he's got momentum on the outside. Fuller jumps up to block him.
Man, this is making me nauseous seeing these guys battle this hard through the corners like that.
See there in the background, that 5 car starting to creep into this battle.
There he is.
These guys are all using their tires right now, battling for this lead.
And he's just sitting back there hanging out.
Could be a dark horse contender here in stage 3, especially if we stay green. But I don't know. These guys getting into the wall, battling for 2nd and 3rd right now.
Yeah, I think staying green is wishful thinking, to be quite honest with you. But, hey, as hard as they're racing right there.
Oh,
wow.
Fuller in the wall, Pataska in the wall. Here comes Phillips now. Big stack up. They're going to be stacked up 3 cars each. Pataska going to get shot up to the track, and here comes Phillips around that 99. Starting to take advantage of these guys making mistakes now. And it's getting exciting. Fuller going to back out of this battle, and he's going to lose all the way back to 7th as John Connor's going to be able to possibly clear him through 3 and 4 here.
And what's great about what happened to him gaining that position, is he did it by not racing. The other guy made a mistake, and he was able to casually roll into. He didn't beat his car up any more than he would have if the car was still 3 car lengths in front of him.
Yeah, and after that moment, that broke up that top 5 pack that was battling for the lead. And now they're all single file. Nobody's really around each other. Oh, and there it goes. Reports of a caution, and it is a caution. Stuart Harding Walker around again. Tyler Bellinger, big damage on that front end of the 88. He's also not had himself a very good rookie season so far. Let's see what happened here.
Either he just went to the tow truck or he got vaped by aliens. But, what a hit.
Oh, my goodness.
Walker was just a victim in that one. Holy smokes.
Yeah, and that's...
Somebody check on the Rocket Man.
Jonathan Lager, I don't know if he caught the wall there or something. Let's try to go.
I'm sorry. What number was that? Was that the 28 or the 29?
That's the 28 of Jonathan Lager there on the outside.
Oh, I apologize. I thought it was the 29 of Stuart Walker.
Walker is just a little bit further behind, and he does come into contact, but it looks like Bellinger maybe just comes up the track, actually. And then it sends his car around. And yeah, he's around for the ride. Hits the inside wall just slightly with his rear end and trying to avoid it. Doesn't have the time to slow the car fully back down the track. Goes back up the track. Huge hit into the outside wall, and Stuart Harding Walker just nowhere to go.
Yeah, I thought it was the 29 car.
Everybody down pit road now, except for Corey Mott. Corey trying to play a little bit of strategy games, but he's the only one on this strategy. I don't know if that's going to be a good call for this 54. Race off pit road here. Those guys that were battling for the top 5 just a second ago, all staying around each other. But yeah, Corey Mott stays out on track and will hold on to the lead just for the moment now. Was last on pit road, lap 166.
So 20 laps?
I
Just over 20 laps? Yeah.
I don't think it's the right strategy here with the way that these things fall off, I believe. But we can see if he has the pace here.
Well, he's gambling on a caution in about 10 or 15 laps. That's what he's hoping for.
Maybe get a setup on the rest of these guys, and when they have to use their last ones, he'll still have one left just for a overtime or something, you know? Just in case. Never know what can happen during a 200 or 350 mile race, I should say.
Yep, this is a bigger one.
Chiefs cone, Mott goes to the bottom. Hoggan is going to go up high. Quill follows on the bottom. Alan Phillips going to go high behind Hoggan as well. And you see the 7 of Tyler Justice. Dallas Pataska on the inside of John Connor there in the back. Actually, he'll be on the inside of Xander Short, I should say. Weren't fully lined up there.
Now, I could run with these guys if this is the pace. Because, believe me, my real race time wasn't much faster than what they're doing right now.
So far, 16 cautions into the night, which is actually lower than our normal average of 10 cautions, or I should say a caution every 10 laps. So we're just a little bit under that that 10 lap number, which is nice to see. But maybe a potential final run to the checkered here could decide this thing here. I believe everybody except for maybe Corey Mott will be good on fuel and tires for sure, as long as no cautions come out.
Yeah. Now, how many laps? When was the last time Corey came in? He's got 20 laps.
Just about 23 laps.
Yeah,
With the few
he's
caution
gonna have
laps
to
we've had,
fuel.
about 20 maybe, yeah.
I don't care how much he can save. He's not going to be able to do that.
Already 3 wide as they start once again here in stage 3. Phillips going to be a loser on this, as they're almost 4 wide there. He's going to back out of it just a bit. He knows not to go just yet. All of these guys do have fresh tires, so got to think about that. Should have fuel to go to the end of this thing as well. So I don't know if they're going to race a little bit smarter or race a little bit more aggressive. We'll have to see. 44 laps to go.
Yeah, I'm thinking... I don't think it's time to go just yet. I figure 20 laps or 25 laps to go would be better than now, but I don't think Quill's going to hold back, and neither is Justice. They're going to go for it now.
Yeah, I don't think those guys out front are going to hold back right now. They're wanting to pull away from the rest of the field, but the thing is, the rest of the field's there off the draft, and the draft is so strong with these next-gen cars that even at these mile-and-a-half tracks, you can pull a good run just by using the draft. On board with
Especially
Xander Short.
2 guys that he has behind him.
Quill tagged the wall out of 2 there.
Oh, man.
You've seen Short also running the wall.
Guys are having moments all over the track right now. Almost every single corner.
Yeah, the only thing that is definitely a scary thing about running that outside lane is you are right next to the wall, so when you come off the corner, you don't got a lot of real estate to get that car away from the wall when you try to turn, for that front straightaway. Especially out of 4, it's really tight. 2 isn't too bad, but 4, it's super tight with that angle that it has. So got to be very mindful of that when running that outside line. But right now, Jacob Quill out front. Battle for second between Pataska and Justice. Then you got another battle right behind them for 5th, or 4th it would be. But Xander Short now making it a 3-car battle for that spot.
And I'm not sure who that was. I thought somebody just crashed in the back. Obviously they didn't, or else we would have had a caution, but they're getting real aggressive in about 20th spot or so. I don't know if they're going after each other or what, but they're not having a good time.
Oh yeah, they are after it right now. Look at this, all on top of each other. Pete Morales giving a draft to Joe Wright, who's giving a draft to Corey Mott, all bump drafting each other out of 2. Now 3 wide out of 4. Oh, that was close, Joe. Almost into contact with Corey Mott there. All these guys still are on the lead lap, so they do have a chance to get something done if they can get some cautions rolling, get some damage fixed. I know that some of these guys probably still do have a little bit of damage left on their cars. Don't look too bad. But any advantage is key, as he said. Having no damage on that car, definitely a big advantage. Especially at the end of the race. You don't got damage on your car, somebody else does. They might become a parachute.
You have to take advantage of it. Whoa, there it is.
Leaning on each other for second. Pataska, Justice.
Oh, man.
Pataska trying to do what he can to hold on to second, and I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on to it here. Might drop a spot to Fuller as well. And Hoggan.
I think Justice is a little motivated from last night's run because we've talked about him a few times tonight. He takes over second spot behind Quill.
Moving a little bit further back to 10th spot, Cody Leach here, just behind John Connor. Right up to that back bumper. Gives him a nice little shove into the corner, trying to stay up with these leaders.
Yep. That's the way it's supposed to do it.
Racing smart right now. And yeah, if we do go green here, this is what I was saying. These guys racing out front as we got to move for the lead. Justice onto the inside of Quill. But as I was saying, these guys racing up front, they're eating their tires making these moves.
Yep.
And running higher lines than what you're kind of normally wanting to run, trying to make these passes. And also, that's going to happen. More contact out front between the 7 and the 77. Two open cars out front right now battling. I don't know if
these guys have nothing to lose. They're not racing for points, so they can go for it.
Racing for a win, 35 to go here in Las Vegas.
Kind of settles out right now. The top 5 kind of take out a little bit, but still you have them going 2 wide, almost 3 wide there towards the 4th and 5th.
Short making a move now on Pataska. Pataska, I think, is starting to fall off just a little bit. He's also stuck on the outside, getting a little draft trained right now, so that could be another thing that's pulling the 17 back. You see him drive it a little deeper into this corner to try to stay in front of that 2 car. And they're going to be pretty close to each other on the exit of this corner, side by side.
That's something you don't say very often is Pataska's fallen off. He's been so fast everywhere.
Phillips now makes a dive to the inside as Xander Short kind of got checked up there by the 17. I think that momentum is not really going to be able to carry him unless Pataska starts falling off, which he is a little bit now. Short going to give a bump to the 5, maybe to get him around that 17 on the entry of 1 and 2. Clips the apron just a tiny bit and tags the 17. More contact with the 2, and the 2 is going to slide. The 5 saves it. Xander going to get the short end of the stick on that one. Phillips drops to 10th. We stay green, and Short keeps rolling. Definitely not what the 5 wanted, but...
That's a tough break.
Whew, that could have been way bigger than that was. And Short gonna get shorted again.
Yeah,
another week in a row.
Tough break for him because he was doing so well, and he's once again extremely fast during the race, and just a little bit of bad luck. But towards the front, you see Leach now starting to work his way up even more, up to 7th now. Fuller's time starting to drop a little bit. Hogan's, everybody's starting to drop off a little bit. Villano's made his way up to 8th now. Look at the 35 go.
He is, and he's also in a pack with these guys. Alan Phillips trying to make his way back through the field now. Shoves his way through on the inside. Gets around Villano here. That'll move Villano back a spot. 3 wide just behind them. A couple of Tipton Harding Motorsport cars.
One car there going through the grass.
There's Joe Wright there as well on the outside of the 9. Hayden Higginbotham making a move. Up to 12th, Joe Wright. Let's go. Keep it rolling, Mr. Wright.
Considering all the damage that he had. Joe, one of the superstars of of the
Radioactive this week.
Radioactive, yeah. Oh, that was funny.
Having a good recovery drive right now. Oh, 1 car in the wall. Big time. I believe that was a lap car. Falling back, it was. That was Stuart Harding Walker, I think. And he's just off the pace after being involved in a couple of incidents here. See the rest of the leaders trying to make their way by. He's doing a good job staying out of the way. Battle out front. Hoggan starting to catch back up to these 2. Yeah. There's also a little bit of shade now onto the track in 1 and 2. It's actually kind of all around the track. You're not really seeing a lot of sunlight right now.
Yeah, that's going to lower the temperature of the trap and give it a little bit more grip. So
it's all on the back straightaway where it's all shaded. A little bit of turn 4 there, the exit of turn 4, not really shaded too much. There's a little bit of sunlight there, but the rest of the track, yeah, it's looking pretty shaded right now, and temp's probably dropping out there, and time's going to start picking up, but tires are falling off, so it's an interesting crossover here that these drivers are going to have to manage.
looked like the 77 might have lost a little bit of grip there in the 7 car. Wow.
Close quarter racing.
I almost just had a stroke. That was close. He just kissed that wall on the outside and almost sent both of those cars on a spin through the infield. They're still not giving up on it. They're still trying to wreck each other.
Could be the final pole of the night going up. Will we have a caution by the end of this thing? Get your votes in. Maybe make some points. Thomas Villano having a little bit of a blink out session. And he's back. He's in 9th. Alan Phillips back up to 6th now. With 25 to go, I don't know if he's going to have a lot of time to catch up to these leaders, but he is moving. He's 30.61 last time. Leader Jacob Quill was a 35.1, so just a little bit slower, but he was faster than everyone else behind Quill.
These guys with old tires are still faster than me with new tires. That's sad. I just cannot do it on this track. I'm sorry.
Good race going on out front right now. Hoggan able to get around that 7 for second, and they're close to each other on the outside there in the exit of 2.
A little bit too close for comfort with 24 to go. I understand it's time to make your move, but you want to go around the car in front of you, not through the car in front of you.
I think Phillips had another moment there. He's now behind the 95 and the 23 again. Making a crossover here on Morales. Back out front, though. Hoggan trying to get this win secured for that 20 car. But right now, Jacob Quill out front.
Oh, man.
Looking to break that streak of 3 in a row for Dallas Pataska. He's currently running 4th right now. Not really at risk of losing anything points-wise. So another good race here tonight. Going to be huge for him to start pulling away in the regular season standings and maybe get himself a regular season championship.
If he was bummed out at 3rd place, he's going to be on suicide watch for 4th place here. So I think he's going to be able to gather it up still. We still have plenty of time left. Maybe he's just letting his car cool down a little bit. We saw him do that last night, and then not last night, but wow, that was close.
Big slide for Fuller in the back. He's currently running 5th right now. Cody Leach starting to make his march forward as well in 6th.
And you know, Cody Leach seeing that is going to speed him up a little bit, and it's going to take a lap or so for Fuller to gain his momentum back. So now it's time for Cody Leach to capitalize, get a top 5 finish.
21 to go here at Las Vegas. You see side-by-side battle. More contact into the wall in the back. Carlisle starting to work his way up again as well. Around the 9 and around the 56 of Tommy Carroll. Carroll starting to slow down a lot here and drops out of the top 10 now.
You know, a lot of different lines throughout the field. It seems to be 3 lines that people are running. That real high line, that middle line that we see the 77 car in, and of course the bottom line.
Smoke on the front straightaway.
There it is.
No
I see
caution.
skid marks.
We stay green for the moment. That is a slow car, though. Really slow car.
No. There's the caution.
And there is the caution. 19 to go. It's time to take a set of tires.
Who was that came up the track like that? That was close.
That was the 19 of Jim Mott there. Let's try to see what happened. Got a report from him going off track. Looks like just gets high. Turn 4. Tries coming back down the track to not hit the wall on the exit. Gets into Ben Lawson there. And he trying to control that thing through the grass. and was just slow getting back onto the track, and that's when the leaders were starting to come back up. And I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Well, now we have a 16-lap shootout.
Yeah, and I can tell you who is not happy about that.
Yeah.
Jacob Quill, Boyd Hoggan, and possibly everybody else in the top 5.
You might as well just put a 30-second bleep mark right now for Quill next week in Radioactive, and everybody's coming down right now.
I would say you better be. Looks like Stephen Carlisle going to be a little tester. Noah Hamilton, Logan Geisbrecht, as well as Nishil Condor, so the Zandervolt car's going to be staying out here.
Yeah, well, these guys kind of have nothing to lose right now. They were further back in the field after getting caught up in other people's messes, and so now they have the opportunity where they can gain some spots. Why not? It's a great gamble.
We'll have to see if they can hold on. Last on pit road on 287, currently on lap 217. So it's going to be interesting. A good, say 30 laps on those tires. With only a 4-car cushion to Carlisle, this restart could be very, very chaotic.
Yeah, it makes you wonder if maybe he wants to come around next lap to come in. And that could be what's happening. I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Under caution for 17th time here tonight. Stephen Carlisle. And then the Zandervolt Unlimited guys staying out on track here for potentially the last restart of this race. Got a couple of lap cars in between the 11 and the 77, but that's 4th and 5th there. See them go down pit road now. And that will be how the field is going to restart here. It's going to be, I think, 15 laps to go. They're choosing, so we are going to go green here this next time around.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I don't think this is going to be the last caution flag.
I don't know either. With 4 cars staying on the track on old tires, we'll see. I think they'll be able to fire off, but the second they get out of 2, it seemed like it's been game over all night for those old tires out of 2.
Yeah, when your tires are old like that, it's kind of like being stuck behind an old lady in a wheelchair in front of you at Disneyland. It's just the frustration that you must feel because you can't go anywhere. And those cars behind you are just going to run all over you.
Yeah, so we'll see. Are we going to have a turn 1 caution here?
I don't know about turn 1, but maybe 3 and 4.
I think it's possible anywhere on the track with these old tires and fresh tires. The only thing we haven't seen tonight is multiple cars stay out on the track, so this is the first time we've seen this. It's always been 1 or 2 cars staying out on the track on older tires. So now 4 this time. Pace car dives off, and here we go.
Stand by. This is going to be huge.
81 gets on the gas pedal. We're green. 15 to go here in Vegas. Great jump for the 81 of Carlisle. He jumped all the other old tire guys, and oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, now it's getting interesting. Already 3 wide.
Forcing our way through 4 wide. Contact, more contact. Somebody losing that positions. That's Boyd Hoggan there on the bottom. Cody Leach going to go around on the top side. Dallas Pataska. Nishil Condor collected. More cars going around in front of him. John Connor, as well as it looked like Thomas Villano collected in that as well. Huge wreck here on the restart, and that's what we were saying.
I hate to say I told you so. Turn 3. It's not often I'm right, so it's good. It feels good when it happens. It's kind of like my golf game.
What?
I want to break my clubs until I make that one good wedge shot, and then I think I'm Tiger Woods all over again.
What the heck just happened there, Bill?
Old tires. is what just happened there. So
Sorry, that is the them
it
pacing.
just impatience. The new tires just gave these guys such an advantage coming off of 1 and 2 that they just backed up. They were stuck behind the cars with the slower tires.
We are having
You're talking, a second and a half difference in time per lap.
Yeah, we are having problems finding it. Here we go. We should be able to find it from this. Oh, yeah.
Wow, the 17 car up on his side.
See here, 4 wide off of 2. That's just not going to work. 77 gets into the 20. He gets sent down the track. And then as they enter 3 and 4, the 48 of Geisbrecht gets into the 23 of Leach. And then everything just goes around. Nick Vasquez got spun around there as well. I didn't see him involved in that one.
It looked like somebody got into the back of Leach and just caused chaos after that. Very proud of my man Cody Leach tonight. Came out here and was doing very well. Came back from a lot of issues, and then that happens.
Kind of another one of those incidents where it's, whew, look at that camera shot.
Yeah, just racing,
Another one of those incidents that guys just going for the same spot. I don't blame them. It's go time. 15 to go. Anything under that is definitely go time. Say
Yeah,
it's been go time
if that
since
happened,
25.
if that happened on lap 50, stupid maneuver. But end of the race, you got to go hard.
This is on board of Nick Vasquez. Yeah, just big one there. Nobody elects to go down pit road. Carlisle stayed out. Oh boy, Hamilton stayed out as well. I think their beds are set. They might be out of tires as well. So that could be why they're staying out. But look at the shade right now on the track. Gonna have a restart with 11 to go. And this track is gonna be grippy for these guys with new tires.
Wow, some big names just... Wow, some big names removed from this race right now. That 17 car, that's huge.
Yeah, he looks like he is out of this thing. Still on pit road now, 2 laps down currently. And will not be able to go for 4 in a row after that incident. Guys just going everywhere. 4 wide, off of 2. Yeah, I would say it leads to a caution about 80% of the time, 90% of the time. Seen it work a few times here tonight. But with it being go time, they're not going to give each other much space now.
No, and when you have this many laps left, you'd pretty much knock your grandmother over. You got to get the position no matter what the chance is and what you do. And that's what those guys were doing. They were doing exactly what both of them needed to do. Unfortunately, they were just too close.
Pace car off, Carlisle rolling. Oh boy, here we go again.
Another great jump.
He does. Got about 2 car lengths on the rest of the field here, but this is where the fresh tire is going to come into play. Here comes Justice.
Down the bottom comes the 7 car, and he's going to get him. He's going to have help behind him in the 99 car, which is going to benefit him so much. And you see that one car, Carlisle, going way high.
To try to save it, around goes the one in the back, and we're going to have another incident. Noah Hamilton nowhere to go.
There's no way his car...
I should say Noah Spalding, sorry.
Yeah, no way his car spun around that fast without help.
Contact with the 5 car out of turn 4 sends the one around. We're under caution again. Cautions breed cautions. I think this one was a almost 4 wide there. Hamilton being on old tires. Looks like Morales pushed the 5 up the track, which then led to the 1 getting spun around. Spalding had nowhere to go. And yeah, just more chaos here.
Oh, boy.
And like I said, these guys not going to give each other much space.
We're going to need Dr. Phil tomorrow.
See here, Phillips going around the outside of the 95. Just a little bit of contact sends him up into that 1, and luckily the 95 and the 5 able to continue on, but Hamilton, a lot of damage on that rear end.
And Morales doing the Dukes of Hazzard through the infield there.
Stays in 7th, so see what he can do. See all the guys there involved in that incident and previous incidents, like Nick Vasquez fixing up some damage from that last one. Just trying to complete all the laps that they can. They're still all on the lead lap, so all the way back in 21st, it might not matter at the end of this thing. We might have more wrecks and some more of these guys get taken out. And also, like we saw last night, a crazy last lap incident that just strings out through the entire last lap, and you could just pick up spots wherever. Those guys are just spinning out or crashed into the wall. So
9 laps to go. It is going to be a shootout. Pretty much nobody has to worry about fuel at this point.
I would say, yeah, nobody does, especially with the cautions that we've had as well. I think it's kind of set these guys a little bit more over the edge than they probably already were on the fuel counter. See, Old Tires currently in 5th. That's Carlisle. Phillips in 6th. But pretty much everybody around that 81 is fresh tires now.
Well, so far he's been able to hold them off.
Quill goes to the outside, followed by Hoggan and Phillips. Inside going to consist of Justice, Fuller, and Carlisle. It's going to be 7 laps to go here on this restart.
With the 2 cars back up to 8th, or 8th, battling 8th and 9th right now.
Yeah, he'll be restarting in a good spot. Just, I think he's 10th here on this restart.
10th now, yeah. On the restart, he's back to 10th, yeah.
So on the outside there, you see him just behind the 95 of Morales. Looking to get a good final restart here, possible final restart. We've seen 2 cautions off restarts now in a row. And we said it a few times this season already. I can't remember if we said it tonight, but cautions breed cautions.
Yeah. Not many cars are left that haven't been involved in something.
Yeah, that's true. 25 still on the lead lap, though, so any of those 25 have a shot. This is racing.
Mankey back up to 7th, yeah. Huh. It's getting interesting. 7 laps to go.
Pace car down to pit road. It's going to be the 7 and the 77 on the gas pedal. We're green once again here in Las Vegas. Carlisle going to dive down low. He's, I think, just dropping back.
Yeah,
they might give him a penalty, though.
Him.
That was before the line. We'll see what they do. Obviously, Old Tire's going to get himself out of the way. More contact up front between Hoggan and Quill. They were the guys that made contact 4 wide out of turn 2 when that big incident happened in 4. Sure, Hoggan remembers that from the 77. Alan Phillips up to 5th now. 6 to go.
These guys are pushing so hard towards the middle of the pack. I've been saying that all night long. I'm really surprised we haven't seen more wrecks, and I know that sounds crazy, out of that middle of the pack. Most of the wrecks we've seen have been in the front or real far in the back. So these guys in the middle, they're racing clean, but they stay 4 wide the whole way around the track. I don't know how they're doing it.
Short in the wall, losing positions. Back to 14th now after the restart. Back out front with the 7 of Justice and Quill. 5 laps to go. Who is going to settle it between the 2, or is it not going to be one of these 2? They've been racing each other really hard. Close quarters racing all the time. These other 3 behind them are looking to get a win here.
Yeah, I don't think the way these guys are driving behind them, I don't know if they're going to make it without another caution, but they'd love to see it happen. 4 to go. Justice, Quill, Fuller, and Hoggan.
Look at this.
Right now it's
Joe Wright, 7th.
Yeah. Where did he come from? Up to 7th car.
said he had a top 5 car. I thought he possibly had a top 5 car, and he's right there battling with Stephen Mankey right now for 7th.
Yeah, and he was involved in a big wreck earlier.
Doing a good job at it. Out front, still single file, 3 laps to go now. Does Jacob Quill have anything for Tyler Justice out front? Does Nathan Fuller have anything for these two? He's starting to close in.
Wow. This is getting very interesting. Fuller is getting closer. Quill, Justice. Now that these guys are starting to battle it, everybody's closing in, especially that 20 car who's kind of like a shark smelling blood in the water.
2
and there it is.
Laps to go.
Hoggan taking a look down below. He has that lower line. Still can't get underneath the car in front of him of Fuller. Coming out of the back straightaway, you see now Quill making a move on Justice.
More contact between the 7 and the 77. This is going to be Fuller's chance to take this lead here on this last lap. Coming to the white flag side by side out front. Tyler Justice, Jacob Quill. 2 open cars looking to get it done. Another open car right behind him looking to steal it. Still side by side in 1 and 2.
20 going way high out of that corner.
Trying to get a
Quill,
run.
and Fuller trying to get a run on that inside lane.
Here we go through 3 and 4 for the final time tonight. Tyler Justice using the outside lane to his advantage. Can he carry the momentum? Slightly touches the wall, and he's going to stay out front and win here in Las Vegas.
Wow. Oh, what a move by Justice.
Just behind them, all the rest of the field coming to the line. Nick Vasquez 13th, Villano 14th. Pete Morales going to finish 15th. And they didn't wreck to the line this time. Let's go. What a finish here in Las Vegas.
I don't know if Justice kind of maybe held off a little bit on that last lap just to make sure he set up that last corner and get the maximum run he possibly could, because his car just seemed to take off at the end there. And that's a happy camper.
Yeah, he used the outside to his advantage. And gets it done here in Vegas. And breaks the streak of the 17's reign over the Crown Jewel Cup Series.
Doing a pretty good smoke show right there.
Yeah, smoking it out for the fans here in Vegas. You see the virtual fans all standing up. They've been standing up all race. We just don't got to mention that. I'm sure their legs are very tired.
The stands are full. That's how you know it's iRacing.
Oh, yeah. We are starting to see a decent amount of crowds coming back, though, so it's nice to see that in real life as well.
Yeah, it is coming back, but I remember back in the 90s and early 2000s, it was just every race was sold out. It was just, the fever was unreal. And it's good to see it come back a little bit.
All right, so real quick before we start our podium interviews for the nights, we'll look through the final results of this race. Because what a crazy end that we had there. Justice on the top, Quill second, Fuller in third. Those are the guys that we're going to be talking to here. Hoggan, Allen, Phillips in fourth and fifth. Phillips matches his performance from last year, fifth again. Just couldn't recover from that one mistake a little bit earlier, but gets back up to fifth, which is probably what he wanted. Carroll 6th, Higginbotham 7th. Joe Wright 8th. Great run for that 37 car after a few weeks of bad luck there. John Connor 9th. Stephen Mankey rounds out the top 10. Corey Mott, Garth Griswold 12th. Nick Vasquez and Villano Morales, as I said earlier, in 15th. Followed by Cody Leach falls back to 16th there. Lager with a 17th place finish. Good run for the 28 car. Didn't really see him too much tonight. Had one little incident with the 88 there. But other than that, pretty quiet day for him. Rounds himself in the top 20. I'd say this is a decent run. Carlisle falls back to 18th there. We'll go through the rest of this here. You see a 19th, 19th, Nichelle Condor, Noah Spalding in 20th. See Jim Mott there, Sandra Short, Ray Gill. Then Noah Hamilton and Logan Geisbrecht round out that top 25 and all the cars on the lead lap. So that strategy of staying out late, I don't know if it's because they just ran out of sets or what happened there. Just it did not work out for them, and they fall way back. All those guys that stayed out.
Yeah, they were close. They get an A for effort. They were close to making a big move, but I think that last caution kind of hurt them more than it helped them.
Yeah, I think they needed less laps on that initial run that they had there. And then maybe 1 or 2 cautions wouldn't have hurt them too bad because there would have been less laps to go. But it just didn't work out for him. Lawson, first car a lap down, only car a lap down in 26th. Hardin Walker, 27th. Nick Baston, 28th. Nim Silva, 29th. Tipton, 30th. And then Dallas Pataska, after that wreck, falls all the way to 31st.
Oh.
Thomas Wolfe, 32nd. Bellinger, 33rd. Vince Mitchell back to 34th after being involved in that incident early in Stage 3. Zach Johnson, 35th. Cameron Albertson, 36th. And then rounding out the rest of the field, Keith Hume Sr. didn't have any luck there in Stage 2, I believe it was, when he got taken out. Caden Perkins, Adam Smith, and Aaron Schugel all taken out here tonight. And yeah, just a up and down race for a lot of these guys, I would say. It wasn't too chaotic, and it wasn't too calm, I would say. It was a good mix of both. And we got long runs, we got short runs, we got to see everything here tonight. And I think that's a huge thing taken away from the rest of this, to take away for the rest of the season.
Yep. But we did see a lot of wrecks. And again, I think the first few races that we have, the first 5 anyways, are the most probably, well, even if you add Darlington even too, the toughest tracks we see are the ones that we just hit, in my opinion. It's the ones that most people struggle at, and I think that's part of why we've seen so many yellow flags. So if you look at Daytona last year at the last race, these guys went like 2 straight stages under green flags at Daytona. When does that ever happen?
That is true. For some reason, it is not letting me change the drivers around in the thing anymore, so we're not going to have an accurate driver information box. I think the session is closed fully. Yeah, it has. So we won't have the correct information there in that box. I don't even know if it's going to show up actually at all now. Okay, there we go. We'll leave it with justice. But yeah, let's go ahead and start our interviews for the night. What a crazy race. There's a lot of guys on the podium. I believe it was Fuller, then Quill, and Justice, if I am correct. Because now it's all messed up on the thing now as well. Uh-oh.
Why won't mine pop up either?
I think it's because the session is fully closed. So it's gotten all messed up now.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to go Fuller because I believe he was third. I know Quill and Justice were first and second, but I believe Fuller was third. I don't know why everybody's in podium finishers. But yeah, let's go ahead and drag in the driver of that 99 car. Hey there, Nathan Fuller. Getting third place here.
Hello.
Getting third place here tonight in Las Vegas. Wanted to ask you how the race felt. Obviously, we saw you out front for a lot of this race here tonight. Just couldn't get around the 7 or the 77 there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy place to pass at, especially on the short run. You know, you're darn near wide open the whole way around. So even on slightly old tires, there's not much in it. But the whole race through, I mean, it was figure out when to pit, when to play tires, you know, try and stay out of the wrecks that were abundant this race and, you know, keep it in there till the end. And we were there.
Yeah, had yourself a very clean race out front. Didn't really get too much wrong with that 99 car and able to secure yourself a good finish here tonight. Obviously a part-time driver here in the Cup Series, just doing some developmental rides for Tipton Harding Motorsports. I wanted to ask you, as an open car, how you felt running.
I mean, it's fun. It's a blast. You know, I love running the Cup cars, and especially when you get in with some of the guys who have setups that are up there. You know, you got Boyd and the like, and Dallas and all them. You know, it's quite enjoyable to have those races against those higher rated guys.
Yeah, I'll give it over to Bill here and see what he has for you.
Hey, Bud, congratulations. One question I have is, at the end of the race, we saw pretty much the whole track get covered in shadow. Was it covered long enough to really change the track at all for you guys?
I mean, not enough to make a difference. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
we all made the same adjustment, right, when it got a little cloudy and a little covered. So we're all doing the same thing up there. You know, it's not like it drastically changed how we were going to race each other, but it did make the end quite a bit more racy in 3 and 4 for sure. Because 1 and 2 we were still, 75% or more throttle, but 3 and 4 we were able to grip it up a little bit more there at the end and have a fight.
Nice. Congratulations, Bud.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, finishing third here tonight. Obviously, a podium finisher. We let you guys give out any final thanks and anything before you let you go and go celebrate here tonight. But one final question I want to ask you. Obviously, being a dash driver heading to Homestead next week, very similar way that the track races with the dash car and the cup car. So, how are you feeling about Homestead?
Homestead it's much wider. I think that's the big plus I'm looking forward to. You know, going to a track that's got some space. You know, I had quite a few incidents in the dash at these mile and a half tracks. So, wider track, more room to play around, do things, and hopefully keep it clean and get to the end of the race.
All right, yeah. And before we let you go and you go celebrate this P3 here tonight, I wanted to ask you if you had any other people to give any thanks to or any shout outs before we let you go.
I mean, I'd say first and foremost to Tipton Harding letting me run their car. It's awesome being able to have a part-time ride up in the Cup Series, and then of course, working with the majors guys, Dallas and all them with the setup it showed itself today. It was up there, it ran fast, and then of course to y'all and CJR for the racing and the casting is awesome, and then the family watching at home, great to pull a P3 and looking forward to the next one.
All right, well, I'll let you go and go get ready for next week at Homestead.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
You as well. So Nathan Fuller coming home in third. Great run for that 99 car, open car. All three podium finishers are all open cars, actually. So a crazy race in general. Go ahead and now talk to second place Jacob Quill and see what he has to say about that battle between himself and Tyler Justice. Hey there, Jacob. It's the boys up at the booth. You got a copy?
No.
Coming home second here tonight, just short of taking home that win against Tyler Justice. Wanted to ask you how it felt as a driver in that battle there. Obviously, we saw you guys racing very close all night, and the finish did not disappoint.
I mean, yeah, just both of us were just at our best. We were phenomenal, made contact when when it was appropriate, and it was great racing all throughout. It felt really good in the last run because, I had fresh tires. It was just kind of like a standstill. I got beneath them and just wasn't enough. But I want to thank Chris for, and my team, George Quill Autosport, for the amazing car today. Great strategy on Chris's part, and yeah.
Yeah, had a fast car all night. We saw you pretty much out front the entire night as well. Maybe got into the back just a little bit as guys were kind of shaking up their strategies and doing different things at the end of the stages, but were able to find yourself out front pretty easily and worked your way through the field whenever you got to the back. I wanted to ask you how kind of the dirty air played into factors tonight and what your car kind of reacted differently to and what other guys might have felt out there.
Personally, I felt very good in the dirty air. There was only some instances where, it's driver. Honestly, I don't think the dirty air was a big effect this race because if you were plowing because of dirty air, it's driver error. If you're at least having a half decent setup, I'd say, because I had virtually no issues. All you got to do is stick a little bit of your left front under their car, and you're not going to plow at all. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you still lose downforce behind them, but it wasn't severe at Vegas here to the point where we couldn't make a pass. We just it took a little bit longer to make passes, but I mean, when you got into the dirty air, it was really bad. But if you just handled it well, you were gonna be fine.
All right, I'll give it over to Bill here to see what he's got for you.
So, how many more laps do you think you needed to get by him?
I think I needed to be on the top more than
Yeah.
anything. It's just I couldn't make anything work on the bottom. Sent to heave in the 3 and 4 in the last lap, and even that wasn't enough. So I mean, I think I would need to be on the top at that point because like I said, we were at a standstill, and it just seems the runoff helped a lot more than just having the shortest lane. So that helped a lot more.
Yeah. Well, very impressive run for you and the other guys out front. You really battled it out, gave us a really good show. Welcome to the league, and congratulations again on an amazing run.
Thank you.
One more question before we let you go. Obviously, all three of you guys up on the podium here tonight, all open cars, making a little bit of a statement here, looking for some rides possibly in the future. Just wanted to ask you, obviously, as an open car, how does it feel racing against these guys that are full-time guys going for points and, just taking some points away from them?
I think it's sweet. You shake up the standings, make a couple people mad. It's fun. I mean, some guys in this field obviously think that when you're a open car, you shouldn't race these full-time cars hard, and I heavily disagree. You're there to race. You're there to win. You paid for that open car.
Damn straight.
You're there to win. You're not going to sit behind them the entire damn race. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's great. It's great. I like it.
There you go.
It's called racing.
Exactly. But yeah, before we let you go and you go celebrate your second and go get ready for I'm sure a busy Homestead week next week. And
I'm not gonna be there. So
oh, surprisingly, that's a surprise.
Yeah, I got fired from all my teams now. I'm kidding.
But yeah, before we let you go, any
gone.
final thanks or any just shout outs to give out to anybody that you missed out here?
I mean, I just want to thank Boyd for being a good sport, honestly, this entire race. He's been really good, and I feel like, when I was able to get with him, he led us to the front, and, it was a great thing watching him. Dallas and them, the Majors cars, they just had their cars set for the short run, and, once we got spread out green, and it really showed. But, yeah, once again, thanks to Chris, he crew chief out on the box today. He just did a phenomenal job with the strategy, talked together well. And I don't know, I really, really enjoyed this race, to be honest, even though I was slightly disappointed with the P2 with how close I came.
Yeah, had a good car all night. Definitely had a shot to win there at the end. Just a little bit short there. But yeah, go enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you after Homestead, it seems.
Yeah, you too, man.
So second place for Jacob Quill. And let's go ahead and now talk to the guy that's been on our screen for the last 12 minutes. Tyler Justice coming home with the win. See what he has to say with his first win, I believe, in the Crown Jewel community, and it's in the Cup Series top division. Hey there, Tyler. It's the boys up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
All right, coming away with, I believe, your first win in the Crown Jewel community. You just want to clear that? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That is. Yep.
All right, yeah. Obviously, coming away in a Cup Series race as well, the top division here in the Crown Jewel community. Awesome race out there tonight. We saw you, Hoggan, as well as Quill and a few other guys battling out front all night. Wanted to ask you what you think was in that 7 car that helped you just stay out front.
Honestly, Boyd's just a mastermind at these things, man. He put together a good piece, and I'm not particularly good at the next gen car, and no amount of wins or success will ever make me like it. So I've never really put much time into it, but he put together a good piece, and I was able to figure it out a little bit there throughout the race. It was a long race, so it was a lot of time to get acquainted to the car, and that's exactly what we did. And yeah, just played our cards right with the strategy and everything. Not trying to use too many sets of tires and leave yourself out at there at the end, and just was able to get some good restarts there. I think what won it for me was the restart there with like 20 something to go. I think I was third car on the outside, and I was able to squeezed it middle up through there through 1 and 2 and was able to get out to third. And then that last restart, we were able to sneak up through there to the lead. And then that last 8-lap run, and it was a blast, man. I was kind of I didn't really know what to do there out front because that was the first time I had led all night, so I didn't know how hard you could push it, and it was pretty tight down in 3 and 4, and it got super close to the wall coming off the exit to the checkered, and I'm glad I didn't hit it because that would have been bad. He would have been able to side draft me there to the line. So glad we were able to bring it home. That was a fun race. It's a much needed turnaround from last week. I think I was self-spinning through the dog leg last week at Phoenix, so that was not a fun time. Glad to get it straight here and put together a clean race. I don't think we were involved in any incidents or anything. I didn't think we pissed anybody off or anything like that, so I'll take that as a win.
Yeah, that dog leg caught a lot of people last week for sure. So I would not be too worried about that. But yeah, I mean tonight, just a huge difference obviously in the pace for yourself and just in general. I feel like in the field it felt like it was go 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 all race, and yeah, it was like that at Phoenix, but you guys were able to keep it kind of off each other all race, or for the most part of this race, I would say, compared to that Phoenix race. And I think it provided for an interesting bit of racing out here tonight. Obviously, we saw you guys using all the different lanes around the track, and that last lap there, you were able to clear the 77 for the win using the outside. I wanted to ask you kind of how the outside felt throughout the race, if you kind of used it at all, and what you were able to learn from that maybe played into you making that pass there.
Yeah, you definitely need to use the outside a little bit there, especially middle run to late run. At least I did anyway. Once you got about 15, 20 laps in on our setup in particular, you started getting a little free on exit. You couldn't prop it up on the right rear as much, which you want to try to keep it on the right front as much as possible. So running it in there straight and on the right front through the middle of the track and just kind of letting the car do its thing was super beneficial there for like middle to late run. So was able to figure that out. But yeah, like short run and stuff, you'd want to be on the bottom obviously, and you could keep a good bit of throttle into it and kind of hold that white line. But yeah, using that middle was definitely crucial there late in the going. Like I said, once I got to the lead though, I didn't know quite what to do there. I was just trying to get to the bottom, and mainly I was mirror driving, if you want me to be quite honest with you. I was trying to block as much air off of Jacob as I could because I knew he was going to be coming up through there, especially with the draft. And he got there, and I gotta give props to Jacob. He ran me clean. He didn't use me up in 3 and 4, which he could have, and easily won the race. But he ran me clean, and so did a lot of guys out there tonight. So it was a fun night overall.
Yeah, I'll give it over to Bill here and see what he's got for you.
Now, it seemed like you drove kind of like maybe a little revenge tour tonight after last week. Was that maybe part of it, a little extra motivation?
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, when you go out there and show your ass like that, it's not a good feeling. You want to come back with a strong showing and make sure everybody knows that you're not just some squirrel out there. So definitely wanted to come back and show that we can run a clean race and definitely have the pace to do it. Like I said, I don't run this car much and I still don't like it. I think it's a piece of shit, to be honest with you. But it was a fun night overall anyway, racing with these guys. I like racing with my teammates. So it was a good fun battle out there tonight, and glad we were able to put a strong showing together.
Hey, man, congratulations. Awesome race.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, one final question for you. I kind of asked all the podium guys, since all of you guys are similar in a way, all open cars here tonight. What did it feel like as an open car racing against these full-time cars and taking a little bit of points away, and also maybe making a bid for getting yourself a ride here in the Cup Series, even though I know you said you don't like these next-gen cars. People do agree with that statement, by the way. So you're not the only one.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if full time is in the cards or not yet. We'll see. But yeah, just and honestly, the points thing doesn't really come into mind much. You hate to be that guy, taking points away from people and stuff like that.
I don't know if you do.
You gotta position yourself well to be in contention at the end, and ultimately all we're here for is to win a race. So
that's true.
You had to do what you got to do, and it is what it is. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll get the itch and want to do it full time. So we'll see.
Maybe a few part-time starts here and there, and we'll see you up in the Cup Series at maybe some tracks you enjoy racing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, before we let you go and you go celebrate this win here tonight, I know you guys got a few guys out in the shop that are probably going to be celebrating tonight. You got any final thanks or any just any shout-outs, any acknowledgments to give anybody that you might have missed?
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody at Legacy Esports, Reaper Speed Labs. Thanks to the factory guys for letting me hang out in there tonight. And thank everybody in the league for the clean racing tonight. And thank you guys for broadcasting.
All right. Well, we'll let you go. And are you getting to race at Homestead next week? Just
I think so. Yeah, I think we'll make an appearance.
A couple of rides. Okay. Well, we'll see you next week at Homestead in South Florida, Miami.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Go enjoy the rest of your night.
See you guys.
So Tyler Justice walks away a winner here in Las Vegas. He gets the what do you want to say? How much money? 2 million, 3 million, 4 million? How much money is Corey Mott giving out here for this win?
I don't know.
But yeah, he's got the 7 on his car, that lucky 7.
Yeah,
it proves him right.
It was an impressive run. It like I said, it seemed like he was kind of on a revenge tour after last week, and it didn't sit well with him, and he came fighting back big time this week.
Surprisingly, it does let me pull the final results back up, so we will be able to look at the final results one more time before we sign off for the night. Once again, you're seeing everybody from 1st to 18th. Some quiet nights for guys inside the top 10, but great runs for them. Like Joe Wright had I would say not the best night, but able to turn it around with the speed that he had, got the laps back, got onto the lead lap, finished in the top 10, and that's what you want to have. That is a consistent race from Joe Wright right there, and that is something that can get you into the playoffs if you do that throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
Even without a win.
Yep. Good run for him. Good comeback.
Yeah, and when you get guys like Dallas Pataska winning multiple races, or an open car that isn't going for points winning a race,
yep,
those playoff spots are still open. So we only have 2 secured spots through 5 races this season. 3 different winners. But yeah, 2 secured spots so far. It's going to be interesting to see kind of how this points battle will shake out. Pataska is still going to be holding on to the points lead even with the bad race here tonight, which is going to help him having that cushion. Probably wishes that he could have built it a little bit more, though.
Yeah, so that's a tough hit, 31. Just the way he's been driving this year, that 31 position is going to haunt him just in his mind a little bit. You know, it's going to, man, I can't believe that type of thing. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. And there you go. But it's minimal damage, and I have a feeling he's going to recover from it.
Yeah, and there's the rest of the field there. You see all the guys that went out in between 1 and 2, stage 1 and 2, I should say, just to make it more clear. But yeah, just unfortunate nights for some of those guys. Zach Johnson, another unfortunate night for these Palmetto guys, and Vince Mitchell. Yeah, just, I mean, I don't know what they can do to get their luck around. They finally got a stage win, finally got some good stage points, and just right after it, just instantly out. I mean, I don't know what that 18 team can really do right now.
Yeah, it's just bad luck. It's all it is. And just keep plugging away. And, you know, he's going to end up winning a race, and he's going to be there for the playoffs. So,
yeah, he did show speed tonight. He was able to win that stage, so definitely had the speed there. And I don't know if he had a top 5 car or a race-winning car here tonight, but definitely had a top 10 car for sure with the speed that he was showing. So it's just unfortunate.
Car than his position, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. But I would say we are good for the night. I guess final statements for us here tonight. We have a full week of racing. ARCA is going to be back next week at 5 Flags, so that's going to be fun. Then the top 3 divisions all going to be at Homestead. So the trucks, the Xfinity, which is the Dash Series here, and the Cup Series all at Homestead next week in South Florida. That's going to be a interesting week of racing. How do you feel about going to Miami? And also 5 Flags. I know you're excited about that.
Well, 5 Flags it's going to be fun. It's also the new ARCA car.
It is.
And it's a lot of fun at Five Flags. I've been practicing, but to be quite honest with you, there's going to be so many people in the race. We're going to have a full field for sure.
Yeah, it's the inaugural race of the brand new iRacing ARCA cars. So it's going to be very fun to see how everybody kind of adapts to that new car and how everybody adapts to each other out on track with a very small track. Five Flags, very small track. So it's going to be interesting to see these bigger style bodies around that track. And we might have a few people that might not make the race because it's going to be a lot of people, I feel like, showing up. But maybe not. We'll see. They might be scared.
It's a small track, but it's a very fast track, high banked.
It is. You see the Snowball Derby there every year. And iRacing even has that as a event themselves. So, it's a big thing for sure. And it's a very crazy race out there. And drama goes on at that track all the time.
And to be honest with you, one of my clubs that I'm in, I actually finished 6th in this year's Snowball Derby. So it is one of my favorite tracks. I'm going to stay in the booth on this one.
But yeah, so a full week of racing next week. Then after that, I believe we head to Martinsville. And we obviously have been kicked off the season for a while, but we're definitely full swing now. We have gotten our racing fix in a month into the season so far and looking to move into this second month. And I think these guys are all going to start having a bunch of different turnouts and how their seasons go. I think we're going to see a lot of parity going on throughout the field and just a lot of guys jumping and dropping. So it's going to be crazy. And it's going to be fun. And we're going to be up here in the booth all season.
Yep.
And
so come and join us and like and share and do all that funny stuff. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week in Homestead. It's been your boys up in the booth. And we're signing out for the night here on the Crown Jewel Racing Network. We'll see y'all in Miami.
See ya.